I eat beats, watch me dining, shining. I illuminate the rooms that I'm in, timing. No, he ain't more crucial than alignment. That's why the flow is intertwined with both and I'm defining every beat I'm on, even though I know it's wrong to treat rappers like a napkin after I pissed on cologne. No, that my life is tied to giving hoodlums life despite the hoes. If the sights are fixed upon and give them pipe out of control. But the plight we're riding has almost wiped out frontal lobe of our heritage. Rare kids like me who grew up savage, they got embarrassed when they went to their partner crib and see they just had a bed frame. Shout out to those who told me Toby was a pet name. Toby Chuku Dupin Weekwe is my correct name. Praise God for follies of my colleagues that embody everything I overcame, blowing that gazi to suppress pain. But I was weak though, so on occasion purple haze will keep me warm within a pico. Debo should be what you portray when you placebo. But now my flow to Chico, every bar is worth a kilo. Every bar is worth a kilo. Every bar is worth a kilo.
Hey, Saeedable.
Tobe Tuku Dubu Wigwe is my crew.
Hit the ground running like a half-back, mad black, PT65 in my NASDAQ, plastic. Oh, he dropped a homie, I go scratch that. I dropped 2 kids and I still snap back. Had to have these girls don't think my like to sleep on me. Now I ball, I just get here. You always get one shot, that's what Slim said.
I know, right? Hey, love me, bro.
Either way, it's tragedy. Please don't try to take my life. That's a catastrophe. On my soul, ain't no hoe in my anatomy. But I put it on everything like I'm a surgery.
Love me, bro.
Yep.
This ain't for you. You'll burn yourself. You can't have this. This is for me. Hey, Brian.
No. I ain't no activist. I'm the protagonist. I don't go cabinet. I fly solo like one cup in the cabinet. The cabinet. They trust me at landing it. They call me the advocate. They slide like an abacus. Boy meets world. Everybody been savages. I just want to really know how much a Joe shooter averages. I'm not no nice guy. I'm just a good guy.
Hey, Shadow.
Bad guys should really stay on my good side. I smell my roses.
Peace.
The Illuminati with their good eye. They think they Heath Ledger scary. They just Jack Nichols. I'm assigned to my city like the best.
Demas, are you busy tomorrow?
Golden Boy, De La Hoya. It ain't too many needs. Rest in peace to Burn Troy. I was younger than I seemed as a kid. I mean, my G17. 18 in the head. I mean, I'm only 25, but I'm Motown 25. Bet I get a statue in my hometown when I die. I'm expecting resignation and open investigation on all of these paid vacations for murderers.
Okay, to go.
I don't get no paper, I got a sign at the bottom. Still in my
Y'all
bag,
be
like
talking
the
about
fries at the
leave
bottom.
Crystal
When
alone.
I can't do nothing right, they gon' always be at me. I miss a crazy interview. They try leaking my
Don't try to
ad.
look away
I
now.
donate to the schools next. They call me a deadbeat
You
daddy.
see that?
But sometimes getting that router business.
She over here
It's
egging
been so
y'all.
long, I don't know how to finish. I bought to Chicago, it's just to run you racist bitches out of business. Speaking of racist, fuck your microaggressions. I'll make you fix your words like a typo suggestion. Pat me on the back too
Thank you,
hard,
Lisa
gotta
Boo.
ask for your job. Then in unrelated news, someone to beat your ass at your job. I'm the real deal. Who taught all these rappers that a big deal's not a big deal? Inherited the earth popping willies on the big wheel. My enemy lives in his mother's basement. That's why my videos don't got no background product placement. I'm a real
Hey,
one.
Skinny
The honey
Boo.
is sweet, the apple's bitter. They'll try and convince you strong
Lit it.
as a woman and when you with her. And tell you they kidding while Twitter tracks your litter. I know the devil's a liar. I know that players is quitters. I heard you hire your hitters. I know the higher the bidder. That mean the less on return. So I just hire a sitter. I'm not no boss nigga, I'm a soldier.
Okay, Craig.
Kingdom builder, man, somebody should have told you. Fuck you.
Hey, hey, Lisa Boo. And of course, we got to play our YouTube artists as well. Although technically they all YouTube artists now.
Let me just go to work one time. Yeah. I feel like Godzilla, I'm stopping in my steel toes.
That don't sound right.
Shouts to the home team, peace all day, just fall through the streets. Doing this for the ones that respect my mind. If I fall out, I get it back in due time. I couldn't hold at the back every week. The kid lit at the press of a button. I ain't
There we go. That's better. This song got too much praise. Be sounding like that.
I'm stopping in my steel toes. Trying to get skrill in my bill phone. Shouts to the home team, peace all day. Walk through the streets. I'm doing this for the ones that respect my mind. If I fall off, I get it back in due time. I couldn't hold at the back every week. The kid lit at the press of a button. I engage the kill switch on shit. Running back and press repeat. I beast mode on beat.
Ooh, hot.
In the press release. No comments, free thoughts, no bindings, so honest, straight shots, no timing, stomping in my steel toes, trying to get skrill in my bill phone. Shouts to the home team, peace all day, walk through the street, shit, I feel like Godzilla, I'm stomping in my steel toes, trying to get skrill in my bill phone. Shouts to the home team, peace all day, walk through the streets. Shouts to the folks that move with me, on the same shit that's new really. Ain't changed up and I never will. Riding one hand on the steering wheel. Shouts to them folks in my circle showing appreciation. I had to reimburse you. I'm riding late night, no curfew. Nighttime, tell them niggas trolling the pipe down, pipe down. No comments, free thoughts, no bindings, so honest. Straight shots, no timing. Stomping in my steel toes, trying to get skrill in my bill phone. Shouts to the home team, peace all day. Walk through the street, shit, I feel like Godzilla. I'm stomping in my steel toes, trying to get skrill in my bill phone. Shouts to the home team, peace all day. Walk through the streets. Tell me when to go. Tell me when to go. Tell me when to go.
Gotcha.
Tell me when to go. 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 Jesus Christ had dread, so shake 'em. I ain't got none, but I'm planning on growing some. Imagine all the Hebrews doing double dancing on top of chariots and turning tight ones. Tell me when to go. Talking on my catcher on my way to the stop. My second or third trip. Some Henny, some switches, and some
I keep sitting up there, hey Shabo,
just to ease my boss.
wondering why I'm smelling toothpaste. Is this peppermint tea? Yeah. That's right.
I'm from the bay where we hockey and go from the soil where them rappers be getting their lingo from. Tell me when to go. 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 I'm off that 18 nigga, man, play with the black suit. King of the suit.
Yes, I hear.
From the bay to the A, put me in the backwoods with just sweet boys. Let's go. Get you some shit I wrote. I said you couldn't be the same. John, I slid past him. It's good, it's good. Granddaddy. Cross game, get flipped out the burger patty. A zigzag, pass me the big old fat. I drink white with a snow bunny. Talk big shit and a straight before the helicopter. Action, honey. Jose, go ahead. I mean, y'all don't say no. Tell me when to go. Tell me when to go. Tell me when to go.
Hey.
Tell me when to go.
Crystal, get from behind there, honey.
Tell me when to go.
Come.
Tell me when to go. Tell me when to go.
Come on. Touch it and you gonna burn yourself. Come on.
Now let me direct traffic for a minute. Let me tell you about this hockey movement we got going in the back. When I say something, you say it right back at me. You never gonna do it like this here. Ghost ride the whip. Ghost ride the whip. Ghost ride the whip. Ghost ride the whip. Now scrape, 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 scrape. Put your stunner shades on. 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 Now gas, brake, dip, dip. Gas, brake, dip, dip. Shake them dreads. Shake them dreads. Shake them dreads. Shake them dreads. Let me see you show your 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 dreads. Now fizz, flex, fizz, flex. Fizz, flex, fizz, flex. Doors open, man. Doors open, man. Doors open, man. Doors open, man. Now watch them swing. Watch them swing. Now watch them swing. Watch them swing. Go stupid. Go, go. Go stupid. Go, go. Tell me when to 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 go.
How everybody doing tonight? Hey, Shay. $13.23. Hey. 13.23. DJ. Hey, this smile. Where you been at? What is turkling? Girl, what is turkling? Put me some more water in here. Pop me a bag of popcorn. Thank you.
Painted the Lambo blue like I'm from Crenshaw. Blue faces stained in blood all over this soul. They wanna see you dead, body filled with lead. Right in front your crib, scream from your bitch. Yeah, ain't no real love for a real nigga. On a mission, I was right beside the wheel with you. Knew we died young, I wrote
Hey,
my will
clean
with
black
you.
sneakers.
Even in the afterlife, you know I'm still with you. Low key. East Coast nigga, West Coast aura. R.I.P. Nip, now I tuck Anita. I put a nigga on a picture, Mona Lisa. It's dark and hell is hot and nigga fighting demons. 10 toes down until your toe tag. It was either pick up dope or a notepad.
Crystal, leave DJ alone.
To get fresh, I had to sell soap. Life is what you make it, leave no regrets. Atheist with a Jesus piece. It's the only
You too.
yes. I got old money, VHS.
You still ain't took your shower like I told you to. Go do that and then take your shower. I'm gonna take that phone if you don't. Oh wait, it's Friday. This pop the popcorn.
You were supposed to be my dog forever. Until I saw the bitch in you. You met my bitch, she said, what happened to the two of you? I told her not even to mention you. There's a war outside, no time for a truce.
Crystal, don't sit down and leave him alone. Leave the boy alone.
Hanging out the level with the air bullets flying through. Corporations tell us
You gonna lay
what we
down?
can't do. $1 million slaves, invisible noose. Die real nigga, that's what I'ma do. They dangerous in case they slide through. Faggot ass rappers lined in the booth. These cops killing niggas, you ain't finna shoot. Die real nigga, that's what I'ma do. Stay dangerous.
And Shabo, you ain't answer my question. What's turkling? Oh, they getting started early tonight.
Ain't no real love for a real nigga. On a mission, I was right beside the wheel with you. Knew we died young, I wrote my will with you. Even in the afterlife, you know I'm still with you. Low key.
Hey, Angie Boo. Okay. I thought you had put something together again. That's what fall. AJ Vision. Fall and I ain't been live 20 minutes yet. How is everybody doing tonight? Wonderful, I hope. It's Friday. Hey.
I'm pulling back the club VIP, gas tank on, but all drinks on me. Wipe it out. Fresh kicks, fresh white tall teeth, fresh NFL hat, fresh bows with the grease. Wipe it out. Pussy niggas wanna hit me with the heat. Real recognize, real niggas don't speak. Wipe it out. Chicken legs, I've been rolling by the week. You can tell I got cake by the diamonds in my teeth. Wipe it out. Black shades, so you know a nigga rolling. They ain't check man to go, so I ain't gon' tell them what I'm holding. Wipe it out. Bad bitches, they gon' bust it wide open. Niggas flashing in the bread, but I'm the nigga hell coach. Wipe it out. All niggas, tall niggas, y'all niggas, raw niggas. We gon' get back and left and dog niggas. Wipe it out. Y'all niggas, call niggas, for my nigga, all killer. It's the in the weather fall. That's time on. Wipe it out. 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 That's time on. Wipe it out.
Y'all,
Wipe it out.
how come?
Wipe it out. That's time on. 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 Wipe it out.
How come to the local group? Somebody put up, have you lost your dog? Craig. Max and Crystal got a cousin. This don't make no kind of damn sense. This dog looking at the camera like, bitch, why you snitching?
Wipe it out.
Hold on for a second. Let me find this shit.
Wipe it out. Wipe it out.
That dog was straight up salty. Hold on, I got the picture. Now the dog was in the lady yard, right? So the lady that took a picture of the dog talking about, is this anybody's baby? This how the dog looking at the camera. Disrespect. That dog looked like oh no. That part, Shadow. That part. Hey, look on. Disrespect. Oh wait, can't play Missy. Cheap. But now y'all know that picture, that dude with his hat turned to the back and his lips toothed up. That dog looked like that. Some easy Jesus. Shaba, what is that? Oh. And Eugene running around doing fake interviews again. I was in my hotel bait car cruising around the internet once again.
And then if you even go this whole thing out, you have like Rite Aid, which is spelled R-I-T-E. R-I-T-E, which is ritual. If it was the right aid, as in the correct aid, the drugstore, the pharmacy,
He said writing, which is spelled R-I-T-E. Oh, I ain't never heard it called that before. Erkin jerk, I done heard. But easy Jesus, I ain't heard. Read this fundamental, nigga. But you gotta know how to spell too. He said R-I-T-E. You can't make this shit up. Hold on. Let me get back over to the screen.
Whole thing out. You have like Rite Aid, which is spelled R-I-T-E. R-I-T-E, which is ritual.
And then he spelled it twice. Jesus be a speaking spell because I can't do it. I can't do it, Lord. He said right. R-I-T-E. Unless he is actually talking about a right. But why would he be talking about that? I got it. I'm going to start this over.
If it was the right aid, as in the whole thing out, you have like Rite Aid, which is spelled R-I-T-E.
But he said writing. A rite, R-I-T-E, is like when you sacrifice somebody. A writ is like an old warrant. Well, a writ could be used for many things. But he said writing, R-I-T-E. There is no I-N-G on R-I-T-E. That's not how that word works. A rite is a rite of passage. There aren't writings of passage. But let's continue because we ain't even got past 10 seconds. We stopped at 4 with the bullshit.
R-I-T-E, which is ritual. If it was the right aid, as in the correct aid, the drugstore, the pharmacy, Rite Aid.
He got yeah. But none of these things is what he's spelling R-I-T-E, right? But he's giving you sentences and definitions for W-R-I-T-E. He ain't said no writ. Why y'all keep trying to get his fool the benefit of the doubt? I will never understand. Girl, don't get me the line. I don't know. We're going to try one more time.
Whole thing out. You have like Rite Aid, which is spelled R-I-T-E. R-I-T-E, which is ritual. If it was the right aid, as in the correct aid, the drugstore, the pharmacy.
No, Peter threw another one in there. R-I-G-H-T. Hold on. This is what happens when you drop out of school, kids. This is what happens when you drop out of school. Okay. For this fuckery and foolishness, we need a sticky note or a notepad or some shit. Oh, that's what I have one note for. We gonna give y'all a quick lesson. Whoa, Lord. People work. Okay, just let me get my shit set up. No, y'all don't need to see all that. We gonna go with the sticky note.
But instead it's R-I-T-E, and R-I-T means ritual. And then
Lord Jesus, he talking about Rite Aid should be spent. His strong shadow. Let's keep going though. I cannot. Now we got R-I-T-E, which is performing a rite. Then we have R-I-G-H-T, which would be performing a right turn. Then we have W-R-I-T-E, like you have to write out the words before the spelling test. So,
and if you even go into your Bible and you look for the word sorcery, you'll see it's under the Greek word.
It's not sorcery.
Drugstore,
sorcery
pharmacy
is when you make sauce, you dumb. Woo! Sorcery, on the other hand, can be found in the Bible, but not sorcery.
Rite Aid, it should be R-I-G-H-T, but instead it's R-I-T-E, and R-I-T means ritual. And then if you even go into your Bible and you look for the word sorcery, you'll see it's under the Greek word pharmakeia, right? And pharmakeia.
Now, once again, this was not on his page.
What? Sorcery. That's what it is. So pharmacy is sorcery. So if I go to the Rite Aid pharmacy, I'm going to have a ritual performed on me by way of the sorcery of the medical institutions.
So you see,
that
my
facilitates a means to which they can sell those particular drugs. So the drugs have us under a spell.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And they're conducting forms of sorcery. Each time you take in consideration that you're taking these drugs, it is impacting the way that you think, impacting the way that you live, impacting the way that you see the world. So again, RIT is ritual. All right, so you're going to Rite Aid, you're going to have a ritual conducted on you by way of their pharmacy or their pharmaceutical products. And again, pharmacy, pharmakeia, means sorcery. So I'm not going to tell you that every agenda in the hospital is negative and works against all people. I'm not going to tell you that. But you must understand that it's a business. You must understand that the corporate means of that particular business has super saturated all agendas and premises that that institution has erected. So you're not really going to find,
because I bet you ain't did everything I told
where you can honestly say, you know what,
and don't say yes you did, because I don't believe you. Just close my door.
The pharmacy, or I can go to the hospital and genuinely consider that they are going to give me something that's worthwhile or meaningful as far as prolonging life. Now, those people, they are all about prolonging death. And like I said, what good is life? And on account of having a disease, just because you let me live longer, when in fact I am living longer, but I'm actually plagued and burdened by the lifestyle I have to live after your chemotherapy. Chemotherapy killed my mother. I only knew my mother for 1 week in my life. I met my mother when I turned 17, and she died the week that I met her. And had she not taken chemotherapy, she would have lived longer. You understand what I'm saying?
You can say
unfortunately,
somebody that passed
I didn't
away.
have this level of knowledge. I didn't know about a Dr. Sebi. I wasn't learned in this data myself.
He wasn't learned.
This whole thing out. You have like Rite Aid, which is spelled R-I-T-E. R-I-T-E, which is ritual.
And don't go messing with this. This ain't nothing but a tea bag, Crystal.
This level of knowledge, I didn't know about a Dr. Sebi. I wasn't learned in this data myself. This whole thing out. You have like Rite Aid, which is spelled R-I-T-E.
That's enough of that bullshit. Hotep bait call was pretty low tonight, but I found that, so it is something. Oh, and he took a picture in front of that same. He just putting up pictures from the premiere. He keep putting up pictures from the premiere. That Negro ain't been live in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. We got mommy issues, Shadow. That's why they start off by saying the black woman is God and then degenerating her. I saw something in a Facebook group I'm in today, and it said, black men, would you please quit torturing us in place of your mother? Now, I don't know exactly how accurate that is, but for some of these people, it seems to hit the nail on the head. Yeah, Shadow, 2 weeks. You can't have tea. It's entirely too hot. You'll try to stick your tongue in and holler. Shabo. Yo behind. You just trying to get something started. Pity. Oh, yeah. Craig, did you have to chase Max around today?
I just want y'all to see what I go through. I can't make this stuff up. I just want y'all to see this. Well, who is that? Well, I be damned! Go! 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 I said go home! Chico is not coming to play. Go! Go! I'm in a customer car. You can't cross people's grass again. I'm cutting crossing with you because I want your ass to go home now. I said take your ass. I said take your ass. Now I done got out the car. I done left the car again. Then chase your ass all the way home. Take your bow-legged ass home. Go! I'm tired of you running away. No respect.
Craig said he gets no respect around this joint. I don't want y'all to think I'm egging y'all. LeVon request.
I'm in the ghetto. Ra-ta-ta-ta. Ra-ta-ta-ta. Ta. Ra-ta-ta-ta. 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 Da, 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 da. I'm in the ghetto. Da, da, da. Ra-ta-ta-ta. I'm in the ghetto. I'm in the ghetto. I'm in the ghetto.
Gucci seems to like that shit, Spinny, because he been chasing Gucci home for 3 years now. More like 4. I made something. I gotta make the volume louder at all. Ain't loud enough. Well, since I don't want Craig to get whacked in the back of the head, I'm gonna play the remix for the encore.
I'm in the ghetto. Ra-ta-ta-ta. Ra-ta-ta-ta. Ra-ta-ta-ta.
Hey, Tasha, me up.
I'm in the ghetto. 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 I'm in the
Todd, can you play that again?
Here we go.
I'm in the ghetto.
Hey, Tasha, me up.
I'm in the ghetto. 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 I'm in the.
I love you, though. Don't be breathing hard. You sitting up here singing dog melodies in your head, looking at the popcorn bag. Shapo. I can't with y'all. Come to the birds. Don't beg. It's beneath you to beg, and it's rude to stare. Okay? Let me tell you about this one. So I'm sitting over here, sitting on the side of the bed, and I feel something brush against the back of my foot, which technically isn't possible because my foot is against the bedpost. So I look down, and I see a little snoot poke from under the bed. Mr. Jim, a real one. This little snoot. It should be at the top. It ain't at the top. Oh. I be forgetting. CMB. We all we got. Oh. Shabo, I don't go to none of their little events. Like.com. Good work. Didn't I just tell you you shouldn't stare at people when they're eating? That's rude, Crystal. You know what I just told you? Then yet still, I turn around and there you are. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Whoever I wrote that song was looking at his cat, looking at him at the time. Probably had a cat that was creeping around the corner. Oh, so I don't even know how she got under the fucking bed, to be honest, because technically there shouldn't be enough room for her to crawl under there. But some kind of way she made it because she swore I had dropped something and wasn't nothing over there. Nothing. Tell me to drop the link and then don't come up, man. Quit getting distracted with it. But now the lady took 2 pictures. She was like, "Is this anybody, baby? You need somebody to put up your TV." Can you not? And we pretend you did, Crystal. I'm like, you done asked to drop the link, it's gonna be to disappear. Dun 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 dun. Dun. Can you please quit staring at me like that? You act like if people didn't know you, they think you was starving. But you're just a little greedy trash panda. Don't look at me like that when I'm telling the truth. If you wouldn't do it, I wouldn't call you on it. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. With just a hint of Colgate. Craig gotta go to the store. Craig gotta go to the store. No, I'm playing. Oh, Lord. Man, it's supposed to be getting colder, not hotter. I swear, every time I look at the weather report, 10% hotter tomorrow. Shit. Are we even gonna need winter gear? No, we gonna need Theraflu and shit because everybody. In that microwave. At least it ain't providing credit restoration. Yeah, I'm gonna unpin it and then I'm gonna repin it. Yeah. I don't know. Wally World been calling everybody for the last few days. You already know how that goes. 'Tis the season to go shopping. Ha 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 ha. Hey, I feel y'all pain and I don't because I don't participate. That's how I was raised. But I do give gifts throughout the year. Oh, so you gonna try to sneak past me and get in the box of delicacies? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I ain't moving fast enough for you. You was gonna try to gank my popcorn? What was you gonna do? Grab the bag and run? Don't look away. You was bold enough to try it. Excuse me. You was bold enough to try it. I don't know why LinkedIn keep asking me, do I know these random people that I do not know? They need to leave me alone. I'm turning off the power around this motherfucker. I can't with y'all. Oh, I didn't text Gary. He too far down the text chain. Girl, she's tempted. Spinning. She get her share. But she gonna try to gank the whole bag. Yeah. You talking about she like popcorn, she'll eat anything. She a trash panda. Oh, you don't want it? You don't want it because I called you a trash panda? Fine. That didn't take long. She ate it. Angie Crystal over here trying to stab me down for my popcorn. Then when I took a brief intermission, she gonna try to sneak behind me and steal the whole damn bag. No respect. No respect.
Shit all straight, telling all three of y'all put some respect on my name. Put some respect on my name. All three of y'all put some respect on my name. You understand me? I ain't got no more talk. I'm pulling up on you, nigga. Put some respect on my name. 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 All three of y'all put some respect on my name. You understand me? I ain't got no more talk. I'm pulling up on you, nigga. Put some respect on my name. Put some respect on my name. Y'all finished or y'all done? Put some respect on it. 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 Stop playing with my fucking name. Put some respect on my name. All three of y'all put some respect on my name. You understand me? I ain't got no more talk. I'm pulling up on you, nigga. Put some respect on my name. 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 All three of y'all put some respect on my name. You understand me? I ain't got no more talk. I'm pulling up on you, nigga. Put some respect on my name. Put some respect on my name. Y'all finished or y'all done? Put some respect on my name. Put some respect on my name.
She eat fruit too, Spinny, but tonight I'm on the popcorn tip. So she is partaking in the kernel delicacy with me. Because I can't eat alone, apparently. I need help, according to some sources. Okay, Tisha, you want to bring restoration to my microwave popcorn? I'm gonna give you that one, boo. Now she's sniffing the covers to see if she dropped anything. Yeah, she like watermelon. She ain't too fond of honeydew, but she'll still eat it because she a trash panda. She like cantaloupe. I ain't giving her no grapes because you know grapes for dogs. Only the ones with seeds in them, but still. I will be a year older in 8 days. Oh my gosh. They gonna run that Jussie Smollett coverage into the ground. Whoa, Lord. Yes, Shabo, once is enough. Leave little Tussie alone. He gonna have enough guard. He gonna have enough issues when he was no, I take that back. Mm-hmm. Yo, Brooklyn. Cache of thousands of ancient Roman silver coins found in river. Oh, and the plumber that found all that money in Joel Osteen Church, he got a $20,000 reward. Mm-hmm. He surely did. Good. Don't be looking at me like you starving to death. You know that is so disrespectful. I make sure I feed your ass, and you gonna look at me like you starving to death. How rude. Angie Boo.
Hey, I'm about to say, damn, I just got here. How I'm being rude.
Oh, not you.
I'm
Crystal, of
joking.
course.
Oh boy. So, how is all this evening?
This evening is lovely. The treehouse is in rest and recoup mode. No, ain't nobody hit the electric fence.
Mm-hmm.
The passcode just got refreshed yesterday.
Okay.
Y'all should have all got a new password on y'all secret decoder rings. Um, Eugene's been awful quiet. Besides that little 2-minute clip of him fucking up the English language again.
Yeah, that was wild.
I cannot with him.
That was wild. Like he was
Then
trying
yes, they will
to
eat till they get sick and throw up, and then eat the throw up. I'm sorry if I made anybody sick because I made myself a little sick with that, but it's the truth.
Girl. And like
Trash Panda.
the way that he tried to correlate Rite Aid with rituals. Like, I mean, when was the last time that, anybody
even went to Rite Aid?
Yeah, even went to Rite Aid, but then, so what else was he saying that, the pharmaceutical drugs that people get,
I
the
don't.
ones that for like most people it
Wah, 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 wah,
saves their
wah.
lives
That's
is
what I heard.
somehow, this medical ritual that people are performing to prolong death, which you can't prolong and death at the same time. Those
Which
two
is
things
true.
can't exist in the same
You can have
space.
a long agonizing death.
Right.
You can prolong the act to kill it somebody if you know what to do. But the act of death itself, no, you can't prolong that. It is what it is.
That is so, you know,
Morbid.
it's just so strange that when you listen to him, that
That
his
nigga
mind
contemplating
goes.
suicide.
He's contemplating something. I don't know if he has like these really weird conversations with these so-called mentees and listens to other content creator and somehow tries to morph what he hears into some
Y'all
sort
give
of
him entirely too
cohesive.
much credit. That
I'm not
man
trying
got
to
a
give him
10th
credit. What
grade.
I'm
No,
saying,
listen, he got a 10th grade education. His comprehension skills probably ain't that high. Is what I'm saying. So the credit restoration microwave. And let's not forget the Cosmikaji. We can't forget them.
yo, that's
The Cosmikaji pilots be coming through and wrecking shit, Angie. But but no, I think we can just chalk this up to low comprehension skills and somebody that don't understand trying to rework this information and give it to somebody else. Just think about it. If you listen to Polite and he touch on anywhere near a topic you know about, all of a sudden you hear this voice going off in your brain. No, that isn't how this works. That isn't how any of this shit works. That's why we can't get past 30 seconds of one of his videos without stopping the shit and being like, what in the entire fuck? Instead of spending all that time figuring out how to scam people, he should have spent that time actually paying attention to the books he said he was writing, but in all actuality, he was perusing to steal, to plagiarize, to sell them books with no ISBN numbers. That's what I mean by saying y'all giving him too much credit. Well, you ain't even giving him credit. You thinking that he at least has the same life skills that you do because he's so good at conning people.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, like the
Hold
way.
on, Saida. I think autocorrect got you on that last one, unless you just talk about Polite. Girl, rewrite that, please. That look like dyslexic. You know how they put the little sentence up and be
I
like, this
looked
is
at
what
it
it
and my
looks like
brain
with
was
dyslexia.
trying really hard to understand,
That's
and
what I mean. But no,
it was like,
autocorrect
nah.
strikes again.
But yeah,
One day
so
somebody gonna look at their phone and they gonna be done text somebody, shine my pity on the running cam.
it's polite speed. Revert
Okay,
to
I knew
make
it
it
was one of
something
the
else.
two. Got you.
But yeah, I don't know. Like for me personally, like the way that I try to understand thought is to think about like what was the conversation that led somebody to say the things that they're saying. And like, so I know that for him, his motive is to try to deceive people into believing that the things that he's saying is coming from either one life experience or he has some sort of credentials in that field.
So you already say it's a confidence scam,
Right.
affinity scam. It's a
Right.
confidence scam and an affinity scam. But see, you don't have to be smart to pull those off. You just have to be slick.
Yeah, that's
You
it.
don't technically have to have book smarts. You have to have, that's why they be talking about people with book smarts versus street smarts all the daggone time. My nasal passages is as dry as the Sahara Desert. I hate this freaking weather. I really do. Crystal, get your ass back over here and sit down, please. Lavon.
Ladies.
Gentlemen.
How's it?
Devon, peace.
Peace. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Doing okay.
All right. That's good to hear. Good to hear.
Since I eat out talking like polite or autocorrect and judo chopped her ass for the night. What time? Autocorrect and got everybody one good time.
What's the deal, CC?
Nothing much. Just chilling tonight. I figured people needed a place of calm and serenity.
Mm-hmm. How's my girl Crystal?
Being bad. Always and forever. She just pacing back and forth, tail going like a helicopter.
Mm-hmm. She want to get out so you can run after her.
I ain't running nowhere. My knee be the fuck around and gave out on me. No. I don't feel like going to the ER tonight, Lavon. I'm good.
Nick, what's happening?
Didn't I tell y'all yesterday I got my X-ray on my knee finally and they finna see what's wrong with it?
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I got like 3 referrals yesterday. Damn, Tasha, you fucked up.
Thank you, Nick. I appreciate that. One love.
Lavon get me through work some days.
I just give y'all what God give me. That's all.
That's what you supposed to do.
But it's Friday night.
It is.
Friday.
Y'all know what time it is.
On that joint.
You already know what time it is.
Let me find some appropriate accompaniment.
You already know what I'm ready to hear.
What?
Da, 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 da.
We just played.
You can't run it out, by Lavon.
Hey, look at here. I got that joint on a loop on my phone. Okay,
you got it on your phone.
I got it on my phone on the loop, and I had a Bluetooth to my speaker today inside the church, kicking it.
Mm-hmm. Just a pull.
I gotta figure out, CC, how we can put Smashily Alliance on the loop. But look, do it to a beat.
Oh Lord! Well, you
yeah,
have to get with one of the
You gotta send it to Mix and let him do it to a beat.
Yeah. Oh, the sway.
Yes.
Send him
the clip of Smashly Anthem and let him do it to a beat. Yeah, that's what it say. Smaxy. I'm like, what's a Smaxy la? Smaxy la.
I finally got it.
I really think that's one of them Hotep words. Smaxy la.
I can't.
No, he was trying to say
because he said Smaxy la, and then he it's like he had to think about it.
He had a brain fart is what he had,
and he tried to say handsome, and it just either handsome. Like, but what's a Smaxy la? Was that New Wapian,
that's that new Wapian
click
shit.
clackian type stuff? Smaxy la.
That's the newest click of the click clacks. You didn't know, my brother?
Man, yo, we got to get that on a remix.
The Hotep dust is
Smaxy la? Oh, that's gonna be killing it.
I'm gonna send him a message. Sway, can you please?
Smaxy la. Ansem.
I ain't been active on his Facebook, but I was one of his first fans on that commenting and shit.
Got me over here looking.
Ooh. If that boy ain't got some sugar in his tank, sugar ain't in nobody's tank. I promise you.
He say, peace and love, family. I'm over here looking.
Hold on. Here you go.
Ow.
LeVon lost it.
It's just some things heterosexuals don't know. Whoa! I love it when you do it. Yeah.
DJ Craig. Prime.
I ain't even got no food. This is my vape, you greedy self. You saw me putting my hand in my mouth.
You are her snack
like
giver.
Superman.
You are her snack giver. So as long as you're
I'm
snacking,
the giver of the snacks. Huh?
Yes, you are the giver of the snacks. So as long as you're eating the snacks, she thinks that you're also supposed to give her the snacks.
She can't have all my snacks.
Well, you're going to put her out of the room then, so that way she ain't hounding you for the snacks.
And it's funny how she started all that. And now she wanna look at her crazy. I be looking at her like she was crazy too, Crystal. She didn't want to start giving you all that stuff, and now she want to look at you like,
oh Jesus.
I'm on your side, Crystal 2022.
But y'all want her to run for president or some shit? Do y'all really want me anywhere near the White House? That don't sound like a good idea. Even if I ain't in charge, that don't sound like a good idea. Now, I mean, if y'all say go for it, I'm all for it. But
anyone for Tasha for president? Plus one.
No, I didn't say that. I said Crystal. I'll be her support. I'll be her interpreter. But I ain't in charge. But think about it. Do y'all really want me anywhere near the White House?
The first feline, canine president ever.
They got canine and feline males. Why not a president? Damn it.
That's what I said. First one ever. She get up there and start barking in the mic. You can interpret what she's saying.
Yeah, pit bulls will talk sometimes.
Start yapping and yowling.
She said, what we need is a change.
And some reparation.
Pet food and not this kibble shit that they giving out. The humans got to do better by the animals. Crystal, get up here.
That would be funny though. If animals decided to go on strike. Like how they pull this shit off first off.
Well, cats will be all for it.
Yeah, I mean cats, but dogs though, could you imagine that? Dogs just breaking out of their owners' homes
They've
and you
been
just
doing
find
that shit for
no,
like the
but
past 3
finding them like
months.
whole neighborhoods, like every pet owner is missing their pet, and they're all
Girl, have you been looking at the
congregated.
local groups lately? Because every dog in my neighborhood has broke loose almost. The
No,
one I showed
she
y'all is
talking
just
like
the newest.
whole damn neighborhoods of animals all break down to this
That's what
one
I'm
particular
talking about.
alley.
Whole neighborhoods. Now play.
And they all down at the alley, and Crystal's up there on top with a couple milk cartons. You know them stackable milk cartons like they be doing the milk cart challenge. She on top of one of them. Everybody listening to her.
Yeah, they all at the local dog park, like all talking to each other, just chilling. You roll up like, is this everybody's pet at the park?
Look, dogs, cats,
Yeah.
everybody all together. Ain't no fighting, ain't no
World
barking, ain't
has
no
been
just they
came out.
all chilling.
No, this is who needs this is the vice president, Crystal for president, and this canine right here for vice president. We just have to find out who they belongs to. Because that dog is the meanest side I have ever seen on an animal. He looked at her like, bitch, you snitching. She was taking a picture to try to find your home, but apparently you didn't want to be found, homie.
That dog look happy and free.
Get out the window. You can't even see nothing out there right now.
Oh Lord, I gotta take this off my head. I just been on my head all day. I need my head to breathe. I didn't have this cap on all day, y'all. Let my hair breathe.
Oh, I see that stove top in the corner. Crystal,
are y'all ready to come in now? Y'all cold out there?
So what is the temperature over there right now?
Whoosh. Hold on. Let me tell you.
He gonna say some bullshit. Watch.
what is this? Dueling temperatures? Minus 64.
43.
Oh, it's kind of like the same temperature here right now.
You greedy as hell.
43 degrees. Okay.
It actually felt warm for a second. I was like, the sun came out.
Yeah, the sun was out and everything.
And I
Sun
was
was
like,
out and everything, but it was
ooh.
just cold. But tell you the truth though, I prefer it cold than hot. I mean, not like super cold, but it's hard for me to breathe when it get too hot. So I prefer the cold. Plus, I was born and raised in San Francisco, so it's
that boy ain't used to the heat. Craig,
the cold don't bother me.
Tell her it's free.
What's wrong with Craig? Why is he not free? What he do?
Nothing. I'm just messing with him. He say it's
What it do,
74
Prime?
degrees where he
What's up, Spinny?
Craig need to be quiet with his hot
Craig
ass
talking about
temperature down
74
there.
degrees. You chilling.
You just mad because Craig got a credit restoration microwave and you don't. You better be careful for these folk come Cosmokazi.
So I made a cheesecake tonight and I made some brownies. And
y'all got my address. Some of these delicacies need to be arriving at my door.
Not them type of brownies, just regular brownies.
I like regular brownies. I like the crunchy ends.
Me too. Those are the only pieces that I want are the little crunchy bits on the corners. But yeah, so I feel accomplished today, among other things. But I was especially because I think I needed, like, with everything that was happening today, I think I just needed a moment to just like focus on some. I was just busy all day, like phone, like my phone. Like, I'm glad it wasn't no police around, because the way that my phone was going off, they would have arrested me just off of suspicion, you know? Like, and
Like you out here slanging the way your phone going
and I got
off.
2 phones too. Oh man, I was going in the back of the paddy wagon today.
You said I got 2 phones too.
And but yeah, I just needed to do something. So I did the cheesecake and the brownies, and
What kind of
I
cheesecake?
take
just a regular one, nothing fancy.
Well, not all, but I take packages. I do.
I bet it's good too.
Craig!
I put it in the fridge, so we'll see later when the kids decide. Hold on, what time is it? Maybe they'll eat it tomorrow. Yeah, it's 11. It's too late.
Hey. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Craig, come up here.
Craig
has been delayed. He shall be up shortly.
Yo, I lost
must
out
be
on so
cooking in
much
his
money today.
microwave.
See?
Huh?
What you
Again.
mean? What did you do?
Again, that Bitcoin shit.
Again. Yo, check it out. Early this morning.
It ain't over though. Remember what I sent in your messenger?
I know, but yo, early this morning, right? I jumped on it. I was trying to kill him. I was trying to cut him off the neck and the knees. They wouldn't let me. They only let me do so much. I'm like, what's going on? So when I went back and I looked, I killed him the day before, and I didn't know it's a limit. How much a day you can do? They're like, no, fool, you already reached the limit. You can't do nothing for another 24 hours. So I gotta wait until 2 something this morning before I can do anything else.
Hey, something's better than nothing though. Don't be greedy.
All day it's been like at the get your bag. Oh my God. I'm like, I can't do nothing till 2 in the morning. All this money. So I try to be slick, right? I said, okay, I'm gonna go buy and I'm gonna make another account. Right?
It's got to take 48 or 72 hours to activate.
Right, like under another email, right? Yeah, under another phone number, because I got 2 phones. It take 48 hours.
Yep.
I said, okay, you know what? You know what, Lord, it wasn't meant for me to buy all that up today.
Look,
so
I'm told you
cool. I'm gonna
what
be
it is.
for what I got.
Look, check that message again and look at the last part. You need to keep an eye on that.
I'm trying to get that 1 billion status. You ain't hear me.
Don't miss out on what you can get trying to grab something else.
Trying to get that 1 billion status. It ain't nothing right now, but it ain't hit. If it just reach a penny, look, if it just reach a penny, all I need to do is reach
on what
a penny.
I sent you in Messenger and you'll understand.
All right.
It's gonna be up, it's gonna be down. But that final thing is gonna be, that. So yeah, keep an eye on it. Oh, Jesus, not again. I can't. No, we having a not tonight, Jesus. I rebuke it in the name of the Lord. I just can't. I refuse. Hey.
All right, y'all, come on, go with me.
You got your tea, Angie, or you got your wine tonight?
I have a nice glass of wine tonight.
Is it a nice Chianti to go with your fava beans?
Yes, it is. Oh boy. Whew, these YouTube streets is interesting.
Hey, I'm taking them. I put my hotel bait car in the garage.
Oh, you're not out riding around town tonight.
Why are you bothering me? Are you bothering with something of yours? Why are you eating a toothbrush? Oh my God! Bad. Where the fuck did you get a toothbrush from?
That's my question. How did she get a hold of a toothbrush?
Cupcake sent me a pack of toothbrushes. That's where this came from. She done got hold to the pack some kind of way. You bad. You bad. Trash panda. Don't look off when I'm talking to you, young lady. Where you stash the rest of them?
She said, "You think I'm telling you?"
That's probably what she was doing under the damn bed.
She said, "You think I'm telling you?" I gotta have you something for later on when you get the tripping.
She gonna kill herself one of these days, Levon, and y'all encourage the behavior.
And if that so happens, which I hope not, she's gonna have lived a very good life. More so than
she
most
ain't got no look. She done got into a half a pound of fudge. She broke into a box of Riddick. She was trying to drink Tidy Bowl. You know, she ain't no damn cat.
She's enjoying life. You did?
She enjoy life a little bit too much.
Hey, she living to the fullest. That's how you do.
Like I started taking her on drives with me. Now she feel like she's supposed to go every time I go anywhere.
That's right. Every time you move, I move. Just like
that. But then when I leave her in the car to go in the stove, she's screaming like a scream queen.
Because you're her human. What you mean?
She said,
"What you leaving her?"
In the car?
No, you see me when I go in the store because I take her down to the store with
behind.
Me. It's got glass windows.
Put her little thing on her desk
away
and take her into the store with you,
so she can bust them folks shit up. No,
all you gotta do is get one of those emotional support vests and take her right on in there with.
And when she busts they shit up, I ain't paying for it. That's why she stay in the truck. She gonna knock somebody over and take their pizza. She gonna knock somebody over and take their candy bar. She gonna be the ate somebody's cigarettes that she done knocked them over and took.
Sound like she needs some training, honey.
She a D-ball. No, she just goes spaz. Look, do you think if she was that bad, I could sit up here and eat dead in her face and she wouldn't do nothing to me?
No, I mean like.
But strangers, that's a totally different story. She's a whole trash panda.
Who feed it and head? She ain't gonna bite that.
Mm-hmm.
But she'll show Doc DJ over and take his chicken. Why? What are you doing? You just looking for something to fuck with. You won't play with your toys. You won't play with your bone, but you want to fuck with all my shit.
What kind of coaching homework did you have to do?
Your mama was a chihuahua. How about that? She looked at me like, how dare you? Blasphemy. I ain't trying to tempt you up here. I'm eating my popcorn. You mad because I took the toothbrush from you that you confiscated? That wasn't none of your business?
She big bad.
Give a shit. She was sitting over here biting that joint into a shank.
She had plans later on tonight. You just caught her.
Now she was gonna end up shanking herself the way she was chewing on that joint.
She was getting that ready, and
I expect when we at the vet, I expect Cashapp to be rushing in.
She was gonna slide that joint right up on her little blanket.
Yeah, she alone.
You said Cashapp's for the puppy?
If she have to go to the vet for being Crystal, since y'all encourage this behavior.
What behavior are we encouraging? I just said give her snacks.
She was just protecting herself. She was making a shank to protect herself.
Oh, the toothbrush.
You know, you got a lot of folks going around the neighborhood. She had to protect herself.
She ain't intentionally chewing that joint into a shank, but the way she chewing it, she gonna shank her damn self. So when the vet bill get here, y'all don't say nothing.
Y'all we gonna set you up with some puppy insurance.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Good old nationwide puppy insurance.
Along with some credit restoration. Yeah, dog. Hey, I'm telling you, listen to me, Jelly. Look, with this new cryptocurrency, I'm telling you, they gonna have even animals with their own coins coming out.
Which cryptos you buying into right now?
Oh, I'm on that Elon right now.
Really?
I'm on that Elon hard. I'm trying to get $1 billion by February. I think before the end of the first quarter, it's gonna probably lose one of those zeros.
What are you bothering with, Crystal?
So if I can get $1 billion by February, then even if it just gets a half a penny, a half a cent worth, I'll hold on to it for about a year.
Just don't stay faithful to any coin, you know. That's all I can say.
Oh no, I'm just watching. I've been watching the trends. I've been watching about eight months to a year. It's when it seemed to take off, and then I've been watching. You know, I got like about 5 different sources. Forbes.
Oh Lord.
Coin.net.
Yeah.
A couple other.
Look who pulled up.
I heard that.
Peace and Black Power, family.
Hello, brother. All right, how are you?
Brother. All right.
Well, I really don't understand why you guys still interrogate and humiliate and obliterate my character. And
how can we interrogate your character? DJ.
Well, if you allow me to
elucidate us.
Yes.
Elucidate us.
Well,
allow you to pontificate.
Well, the thing is, I'm doing my best right now to try to keep my scams going, and you guys are just throwing monkey wrenches in it. And I really don't.
And why should we really care?
That's the whole point, though. We're gonna throw a monkey wrench in it every time.
Crystal, if you don't quit it, what is wrong? Huh?
Have you ever thought about doing a scam on your hat, bro?
Can you
Well, I
scan your
actually get
hairline?
my hat is a scam. If you don't know that, I get it from China.
Can you scam your hairline so it'll come back
Word,
up some?
word.
Well, my hairline is it
Non-refundable.
well, it's part of my dynamic of who I am, and if you could afford red bottom hats, the thing is, it really doesn't matter,
Them
what
red
your
bottom
hairline look.
hats don't disguise the fact that you are seriously missing a hairline. Remy,
But have
they
you ever
trying to
thought
let you
about
out of
going with
Wally
a different
World.
color besides red on the bottom? Have you thought about doing a different color? You know what I'm saying? Spicing it
Brother,
up a
I
little
haven't
bit.
seen you with a red bottom hat at all.
Well, red really
We
ain't my
seen but
it's
color,
like
easy.
three
brother. You know
people
what
with a
I'm saying?
red bottom hat, so that point is moot. Next,
Red really ain't my color, brother. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
So,
it's a very
DJ,
hostile crowd here.
can you not like?
now maybe
We
now
aren't
maybe you came
on
out
the
with a brown
NASCAR
bottom. You know what I'm
track.
saying?
We just in the
Something like that,
room.
or maybe a
Hey,
green bottom. Not a green,
Remy,
but like
peace. I'm
a
sorry I missed your live.
like a olive drab green bottom. You know, that'd be funky.
I could get with that, brother. Right now, I'm being scammed by my lawyer. You know, it's,
Rim.
It's not nice, is
I
it?
thought I was a scam artist, but these lawyers, they're the biggest scam artists. That's why I was
It's
talking
not
about.
nice, is it? It feels really unfair and cruel and unusual, doesn't it?
When you can't get your money.
These bills are unfair and cruel and unusual. You're exactly right. That Angelica, that's the reason why I actually wanted you to be one of my wives, because you're so wise and knowledgeable.
I don't know why every time you keep coming up here, you try to get me. Like, what happened to the girl in Nevada?
I really don't even know what happened to her. She just
hey,
disappeared.
Don.
I mean, she had
Kamikaze.
all the
Ah, kamikaze, yeah.
Don piece.
He could run up for the dumbest person alive award for real, for real. Cyber defamation litigation, credit restoration microwaves, cosmikazes,
Yeah,
cosmikazes.
if they had any heart, they would kamikaze. You know what I'm saying? But they be faking.
The lies.
I'm just saying, like, you have so many women that are like willing to fall at your feet. I think you should probably go with one of those picks.
They kamikazes.
I don't
You
have a
know,
professional finance officer on my team.
the kamikaze squad.
I mean, Juliet, I mean, she's good at wire fraud, so I would only assume that she would be
I think
good
yours
at
needs to come
any
back
other
in,
sorts of money.
Lavon.
At
Well,
least proficient.
we
Ain't
would
that
say
your duo barking?
we would say allegedly up to that.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
Uh,
sorry.
that's Anubis.
Oh, I
Allegedly.
thought they were still outside.
They
I thought
are
they were
outside.
barking to come in.
Yeah, that's what they doing. They barking to come in. They hear me
All
out
right.
here. They barking like, fool, let us
Now
in.
you
Yeah,
stuck.
what's wrong with you? Hashtag let the puppies
You
in.
tried to tell them
Go
to come
on
on,
and
but they didn't
get.
want
Right.
to listen.
and I just want to say to the brother Remy, you're doing a phenomenal job exposing the fraud, young Pharaoh. Um, you know, he scammed me also.
Boy, what? How he
How
scam
you
you?
scammed you?
Well, he wanted me to teach him the scam, and I didn't. And so what he did, he
Can you sit down, please?
I'm sorry.
yeah, what he did, he got mad and he tried to sue me and all of that. And that's why he was running around
Yay!
talking about he wanted his bag. So Remy,
I want a
take care of that,
picture
brother.
in here.
Leonard.
He asked you to give him his bag,
Yes.
and you said hell no, right?
Well, that's why I don't have a permanent residence.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it has to be rough for you. You have to bounce from place to place. You're out here. taken flights to see random women that are somewhat associated with celebrities by way of very interesting means. And all of it a ploy to make yourself seem as if you're something more than what you are. So to me, that has to be a struggle. It has to be. It has to be tough. I can only imagine. Like I don't
Especially when
live
you
my
can't
life.
let it out to nobody.
Well, sister, I'm gonna let you know in on some things.
Mm.
It's easier to be a vagabond in a Rolls Royce.
I
Of
would
course it
suppose.
is.
I would suppose.
I guess it would be.
LeVon lost it again.
Yeah, when you could camp out,
You wearing the same
that's
hat and
why
the
I
same
actually.
shirts every time. You know what I'm saying? I guess it would be.
Well, brother, that's why actually sometimes I would I would actually
He said,
like watch camping
vagabond in
videos
a
on YouTube
Rolls
now,
Royce.
and how to survive in 0-degree temperature during the winter time, in your Rolls Royce.
Well, you
I
ain't gonna have
mean,
to worry about that because soon you ain't gonna be on that Rolls Royce tip. You're gonna be in jail.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but I've heard that Florida doesn't have AC in most of their prisons.
They don't. From what I've heard, it gets quite hot down there, motherfucker. Quite hot.
man,
Brother Levon, it's not funny,
Brother,
Oh yes, it
you gonna be
is.
doing the pod bench diaries.
glamping.
Well,
Guard.
I plan on teaching when I actually go to the institution.
Now, what do you plan on teaching?
What's gonna be the
Well,
new scam? Let us
lately
know
I've been
now.
studying Islam. It's just a point of survival at this point.
No,
Yo,
you think you finna join
let
the
us know what
Muslims
the
when
new
you go to
scam
jail?
is
That
so
ain't
we
gonna
can get on
fly.
it. We can get
Yeah,
in on it.
don't go in there and try to make no cult while you're in there, because them
He
brothers
gonna
is
try
on.
to join the Muslim group and take over.
Well, I
let us
do understand Hebrew, so
let us in on the scam, man, so we can get in early.
I might become a Hebrew Israelite. I'm trying to. I'm debating, but I think the
He
Muslims believe
can't
in
become
best
no.
bet.
He cross the motherfucking line. That bridge is burnt long ago.
Well, like the Apostle Paul persecuted the Christians in the early church, so
You getting a little bold, ain't you, young lady? Back up.
Hey, I think the Jesuits is accepted membership.
Mm,
I'm
Yeah,
already a
that's what that
part
little
of them.
bald head man said.
mm,
I'm a secret agent for them already.
Oh,
mm.
okay.
For real, or for play?
Well, you heard the man. You heard our boss talk yesterday, so
Mm. Yeah, I don't know, all right. Just don't go in there trying to make no new cult of men, because it's not,
It's a
I mean,
raining man.
I don't think it's going to end
Hallelujah, it's a
well if you try that.
raining man. Yeah.
well, sister, the thing is I have to. It's a point of survival. That's why how I even
Believe
got into
me,
scamming already.
something well.
It's all about
Hmm.
survival. It's the
Yeah,
same. It's the same instincts that motivate women who are into the nightlife and prostitution. It's survival.
Saida.
Saida.
No.
Saida,
Hey.
salute, Queen.
Hey, look, I've been running
Hey,
around.
Buccaneer.
I've been running around these YouTube streets, and check this out. Did y'all see that on Nappy 2 that Shaka almost called
Hi.
in? Shaka called in. Did
Yeah.
you see that with Psy and they're gonna do some kind of thing together? But
I know Queen Strong has something on there where about him responding.
no, we're not talking about the response to the Kelsey woman. Because see, the Kelsey
Oh,
girl, the thing he did respond to that, and he had all these receipts. What he
Yeah,
called
we
it.
was all up. There are all them receipts. What, that was a PowerPoint with about 12 slides.
Yeah, that he was having like exchange of words back and forth with her. They were having full on conversations about her
Yeah,
schooling.
back in 2013 after she was grown.
Yeah, so that's a separate issue. I'm talking about
Mm.
this particular live either happened
I
today or
didn't put you on
yesterday.
mute, Angie.
Did I say hi? Hi, Angie. Hi,
Angie,
everybody.
you there?
No, I voluntarily went on mute.
Oh, okay, because you had it in all caps in the chat. I was like, hold on, wait a minute, player. It ain't that type of
Nah, nah.
party.
I just want to quickly respond to Leonard. Yes, brother, our boss, he saw all of you in that chat yesterday. So just be expecting some things to happen. But go ahead. I'm sorry, Saida.
Yeah, after y'all
Okay.
block
I don't
those,
know if I
make
should be
sure
talking.
you report them. Where did this other
I
one
don't know if I should be
go?
talking to you as Shaka almost or Tave Octavius. Look at all them damn bots. VOA.fyi. No, but anyways, look. So Sinetta and Shaka called in while she was doing a live, and then they were talk. He said, "Oh, I'm here with Shaka," and then Shaka comes chimes in. So now he's gonna be on her whatever, and they're gonna be talking about the connection between the Torah and Kemet. But I was checking out the ringtone, right? Because I just so happened to kind of go dip over into the sleazy side of the streets over there, size page, and Nepal had called in. Nepal, Nepal.
2.0, please, over here.
So she called in, right? And she was talking. And then her phone kept on ringing. And it had a certain tone. But then I'm thinking, like, ding, ding. And so I kept on seeing Sinetta kind of look to the left, like he was looking down. Still?
You breaking
Shit.
up.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But I'm like, I know this fool ain't calling her in the middle of her trying to get her point across.
Of course
Do
he
whatever she
was.
was trying to say. Like, that's
Let's say
crazy. Well,
Sinetta.
What
this
what
phone's
show
gonna ring again.
what show
So
was that, Saida? You talking about?
Sinetta, he's on right now, and
Oh,
the pod was up there. That's another thing. But the first one, when I'm saying was Shaka called in, that's actually on her page, and it's like 50 minutes, and it's right in the beginning where she couldn't even get her live started really well,
Yo,
and
hold on,
where
y'all.
he goes calling with
Hold it
Shaka.
down. Angie, you in charge. Hello?
Alrighty.
So do y'all get what I'm saying? Like, is it like a long? Is it like a run on sentence at this point?
nah. I mean, I get it.
Uh, I think it's saying like he was trying to get her to stop as she was making her point by
Yeah,
texting
that's
her.
going on, but that's going on right now. Like it might not be happening right now, but his live that is live right now. Sinetta has a live right now, and she
Mm-hmm.
was trying to make a point because they're talking about the Trinity, and she, of course, she has her scripture together, and
Mm-hmm.
it's called
but
distraction.
her phone kept on like going off, and she got a little distracted, but she wasn't really distracted. She was trying to ignore it. But I kind of was like watching Sinetta to kind of see if it coincided with what was happening with her, because she wasn't up on the panel. She actually called in.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking this fool is calling her in the middle of her trying to make her point, which I thought was rude, but I could be wrong. That's just me kind
Well,
of like,
I mean, recently it just seems like he's been trying to shush her altogether, and she's growing tired of it. At least from what
well,
I've seen,
yeah.
you know.
He's well, he did tell this the that one dude on there, Bishop, I think that's his name, Bishop, to kind of like simmer down a little bit so she can get her point across. So he seemed like maybe he's trying to step up in that arena. Like today's a good day, because he reminds me of like an animal that's bipolar. You just never know
Mhm.
when he's gonna claw your ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
So
gotcha.
not quite certain. So maybe, today is a good day for him. But if you go on actually on the pause channel, right, and you look at her most recent live, it's like 50 minutes. That is the one where Sinetta and Shaka call in. Now, see, this is the reason. This is the reason why I brought this up here. Is that he's always making a big, to ado about people calling him, pedo sympathizer and stuff like that. But look what he does. Does he not know this stuff is going on around about Shaka? Does he not understand that what's happening right now?
Well, no, he knows. And from what Shaka said, the only reason that he's talking about this now is because Sonetta was the one who brought it up.
So he has like a band of brothers. They have came together and made this formidable wall, and they're going to
I'm
stick
back.
together in this
Hey,
effort.
Otter.
What's up, Potter?
I see. That's the part that I'm confused with. Like, I don't understand the why. Like, why Shaka doesn't, to me, seem like a guy that's willing to put himself second to any man, especially polite, just with history. So it's really curious to me as to why he would be so willing to expose himself.
He ain't. But
He's
he
not?
really has no choice at this point.
Could he
You
possibly
wasn't in
be
that
in
live
cleanup
that
mode?
morning. That mother came out in January and she started talking. So apparently this been bubbling behind the scenes and we ain't know shit.
Well, yeah, I'm getting that, but what I'm saying is that if someone
Because
is
remember, he went on Sinetta's a couple of months ago, right after what, 2-3 months ago? I
mhm,
don't know. Time been blurring together. This shit is
right,
It,
right.
ridiculous.
it it seems to me that, okay, this is how I see it. I feel like Shaka feels like when he came out and did that 7 hour live, it was 7 hours. And he had all those PowerPoints and stuff. And he was showing that he was talking to this girl, Kelsey, when she was an adult. So I feel like he feels he has vindicated himself.
But
And
he's
then
not addressing the accusations that Kelsey put out that happened before she was an adult. See, that's the
exactly,
crux
but
of the matter.
well, the
But
point is
no,
that
but before
he thinks
that
he's
one, he
he
did
thinks
one
he's
on.
vindicated himself, though. That's the thing. And Sinetter is signing on, like he's co-signing it.
No, what I'm saying is before that one, before Kelsey went on Queen's Throne and all that, about 2 months ago, remember Shaka was on Sarnetta talking about
Uh-huh.
women making false accusations.
Mhm.
Right.
See, and I said then, what the hell done happened that they done drug Shaka all the way back up from Florida?
Right.
So with the
Yeah,
Kelsey girl, correct?
it turned out to be her, yes.
Yeah.
But see, I ain't trying to get into all that because, like I already said, I ain't got enough first-hand information. I don't run off second-hand information. I can't do it. I can't make myself do it. The IT in me won't let me do it. The sailor in me won't let me do it. You
Well,
know, it's
this
just
this here I'm talking about is this is all the movements and actions of the players on the board, right?
yes, but at the same
By
time, these aren't
correlation.
all their actions. This is just what we see on the front end. That's the problem. It ain't on what we can see. That's the issue. It's
Well,
what
what
we
they're
can't
presenting.
see that's going on behind the scenes. That's the problem. That's how all this shit always start off. What's going on behind the scenes? They
Mhm.
trying to cover that up. Now, if they
See,
using this to cover
mhm.
that up, how fucked up is it? But we don't know because we don't have enough information. And I don't like to speculate on stuff like that because I'm not saying this like that girl is lying. That's not what I'm saying. But like I asked Shaka in his own chat, why are they bringing this up now?
I need a YT. Levon. Look, okay, because I be going everywhere, but I'm saying, like, look, I totally agree with what you're saying, Tree. Only thing I'm saying is this is that it just seems to me like, just for instance, you call in to Nappy
Do you
too.
really want to talk them fools up? I told y'all we chilling tonight. I can't. I cannot. Let's leave the fuckery alone for at least the night. Oh, y'all catching up now. Y'all get it.
Leonard is killing me.
Make
He
sure
gonna put
y'all
it.
reporting it for spam. After y'all hide it.
I heard that.
Wait, what? Did I miss something?
The bots
Yes,
in the
that's a new
chat.
one.
Make sure you report it as spam after you hide it. That one in the other chat. I'm sure he do, but are you gonna be the one to ask him how to? Cause I sure as fuck ain't. The
Who's
treehouse
Gilbert?
is officially closed.
Who's Gilbert? I
You
missed
didn't see.
something.
You didn't see
You
Dilbert,
didn't wasn't over here yesterday.
the Irishman.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about the white dude?
Yeah.
Oh, I call him Limey Bean.
Oh
You
gosh.
can't be saying stuff like that online. People can hear you.
God.
Well, when I was young, they used to have these things called Mexican jumping beans. And I didn't think that was particularly fair to call the jumping bean Mexican, but they did, right? So I just kind of did a revamp and called him a UK jumping limey bean. And so
Yeah,
I
but
just
you
named
can't
him
say
Limey
stuff
Bean.
like that because we in the Publix. Somebody else might take offense.
It just means British.
That's
Limey
how
just means
channels get
British.
struck. It doesn't matter what it means, it's how it can be taken in context.
Okay.
People strike people
I
channels.
take it back. You mean the British man? So that was
Not
my rewind.
necessarily him. People will use stuff to strike your channel.
Yeah.
You already know
Okay, well,
folk don't fuck with me like that.
Okay.
Don't give them no ammo.
The man that was the bald and he was very pale in
Alistair Crowley
complexion.
2.0.
Yeah, that.
The
What's the
bald-headed
name?
man that was
What's the
very
name of
pale in
that guy back in
complexion.
the day that had that diet? It was a brother. It was
Which diet, man? It's a lot of
famous.
I know,
diets.
right? He said diet.
You gotta be a little bit more clear than that.
Start naming a few. I don't know. It's a
You
real.
talking about that beach body guy?
You have to name his name.
Are
That's
you
what
talking about Billy Blanks, the Tybo
No,
guy?
not him.
Richard
No,
Simmons
not
dancing to the oldies?
no, not Richard Simmons. I'm talking about this was a brother. It wasn't Billy.
Yeah, I don't watch them folk because they be full of shit most of the time.
How much money? Let me ask you a question. How much money was found over in Joel Osteen's church?
600,000, 200,000 in cash, and 400,000 in checks.
Damn.
Dick
How much
Gregory.
in How much in
in the
cash?
wall of the bathroom, right?
200,000. Yeah, in the wall of the bathroom.
And he gave that money back.
Girl, that money was reported stolen years ago in a heist on the church.
That money ain't been given back. That money
no, that money is on
disappeared.
lockdown. And the plumber got a
Oh,
$20,000.
so they had recorded all the serial numbers back in the day. How many years ago was the heist go down? Because they had only been so long where they start putting in the serial numbers. So he probably could have got away with
it. Because they
I'm just
filed an
saying,
insurance claim on $600,000 in cash and checks. And
what I'm saying is that
$600,000
the money part of it, right? The numbers weren't documented. He could have got
I'm
away
talking
with the
about
money.
the insurance company where they got the payout from. They don't give a damn about no serial numbers on no money. They know $600,000 was found. And $600,000 was reported missing about 8 years ago, 9 years. I think they said it was 2012. That money was reported stolen. They filed an insurance claim on that money, meaning they got a payout on that shit. That money went to that insurance company, and they probably being investigated because they hid it in the fucking wall.
That's great. I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about I don't know why the hell he gave that money back. I wouldn't have.
How the hell you think he was gonna walk out at $600,000? Well, it's $600,000, but
I would have found a way.
$400,000 of it is in 9-year-old checks.
I'm talking about the cash. I don't give flying fig about them checks. or whatever else was going on. I'm talking about that cash, that
I would have
undocumented
literally
serial
had went in
number
there with
cash.
I would have took my shirt off and made a bag out of it or whatever I needed to do.
No. Listen.
And then for all those people out there saying, "Oh, you're taking from the church," no, because see, it is
If
written.
somebody hit,
You are the church, okay?
Well,
You are the church, so therefore
I'm not
you are
gonna.
entitled to it.
I'm not gonna get into that. But I will say the easiest way
They
to
said Dick
do that,
Gregory Lamont.
because I'm a janitor, would be just to get some black trash bags and put the cash in the trash bags and tie them in knots like you going out taking the trash out. And you walk right out.
Exactly. Clean it on out.
And
Exactly.
when you
LeVon.
walk it out and put it right in your trunk and keep it moving.
He left that
And
shit right
LeVon,
where it was
if
and went
anything
and
like that
reported
ever
it.
happens in my life, I hope and pray that you with me. See what I'm
But
saying?
think about it. You still you basically, they done stole from the Lord, but then you stealing the money that they stole from the Lord, knowing they stole it from the Lord.
They didn't steal it from the Lord.
well, big
They
time
stole it
dope
out.
dealers, they'll do
If
that
he'd have took
sometimes.
it, he stole it out the church wall.
I have not met one person who has reached the unpearly gates or heaven or the kingdom of heaven and stole anything from the Lord. The Lord giveth and the Lord
Calm
taketh
down.
away.
I'm not talking about the actual church. The sentiment behind that money that was given, I'm quite sure the consequences and repercussions for taking that wouldn't have been too sweet.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
But
Just
they
like back
always
then.
say I'm the goody two
I had
shoes.
like back in the day, a lot of the dope boys that they go off to prison, they finna do like 5 years. They put money in
That's what
couches,
I'm saying,
or like
Don.
it may have been like a guy that may have been a plasterer or something like that, because a lot of them,
That was Joe Osteen stole that goddamn.
But I'm
Who
saying
else the
it's like
fuck
they use
gonna
places
hide
that they
some
know.
money in the church?
Yeah, but I'm
Wow.
saying like a lot of criminals, they'll use places they know that's stable, like churches, grandma house, or something like that, and they'll stash money
Oh,
in
you
walls and
must
stuff.
not have never seen
But
old
I
boy
want to
on
know what's more
YouTube that
egregious:
robbed the, he
stealing
stole the
hearts and
bank out.
minds
He
or
stole
stealing money.
the
Because
the
Joel
safe.
Osteen's up in there stealing the hearts and minds of people, and they are gathering two by two, like they're listening to the Pied Piper, and they're giving up their 10% constantly.
Two
What's
right
more
still don't
egregious:
make
the
a
stealing of
wrong.
hearts and
Two wrong
minds, or the
still don't make a
stealing
right,
of
man.
some money that you didn't even know that was already stolen? They just
Two
happened to fall
right
in your
still
lap.
don't make a wrong.
Technically, it wouldn't be
But
stealing. You
I'm
just
just, it
found
just to me
something.
it seemed like some criminal. If it wasn't Joe Osteen, it was some criminal that planted that money
If
there.
it wasn't Joe, no, the money matched too close to the to the oh, they go LeVon again. The money matched too close to what
They
they
could look at
filed
them
with the
$100 bills
insurance
and
company.
tell when they could look at the serial numbers on them hundreds and find out
That's
what
what I'm
year.
saying. They
Yeah.
investigating right now, but that dude got an award, a reward. If he got an reward, it came from the insurance company. If that's the case, that's insurance fraud.
The
Making more
reward
than
was
a
not
debt.
big enough.
So
$20,000.
who got a reward for the money?
The plumber that found it.
But
And the plumber
how
had
do
to
you
get the
file?
reward from the insurance company.
That
So how
part.
do
The
you
only
put
way
out
he
a
would have got a
claim
reward, he
on
went and
money in a
reported the
wall?
money that he found in the wall. When
Right.
they found out it was from the church, the amount matches the robbery from 2012.
So probably what happened
$200
was
in
this.
cash and
Oh, damn, I ain't know
$400
that
in
part
checks.
there.
They don't have
Yeah.
to match the serial numbers from the cash because the checks and cash was together in like 20 packets.
And
Them little love
the
offering
reason
So the
why the
packets.
money
church got
trail got
robbed?
traced, Jelly, was probably because when the guy found it, he was probably doing some work, and when he found it,
He was in there fixing the toilet. Yeah,
right,
he had
he
to rip the
reported
wall
it.
out.
He reported it to his job,
But this is the part. So
and then
there
once it
was a
gets reported to
robbery
his
of
job,
money.
In
then they
2012,
connected.
the church reported that somebody stole $600,000,
Came up
400,000 in
missing,
checks,
basically.
200,000 in cash. A
Right.
couple of days ago, somebody went in to fix the toilet in the same church, and when he
So
pulled the sheetrock off the wall, 20 or 30 packets came falling out that motherfucker. And
so
what it
let's be
contained
very
was
clear. There was
$200,000.
no
Can I finish?
Okay, go ahead.
$200,000 in cash and $400,000 in checks when nothing had to been dated because the checks would have had the date they was written on them.
Okay, so
if them the same checks that they reported stolen and the money is in fact found in the church, the insurance company is going to give the person that found it a reward because they got their money back.
Yeah.
They recovered
them
the
checks
money
would have
that
been
they
flushed
paid
down the
out 12
toilet
years ago.
in a sewer somewhere, and I would have took that money.
Yeah.
Right, but the
So
plumber,
how is the
probably finding that
janitor
kind of
or the
money,
plumber
probably figured,
committing
What
insurance
janitor?
fraud?
This dude was a plumber.
No, it was a
him
plumber.
Janitor,
Then I mean, he had to rip
plumber,
that wall out. Then
how was he committing insurance fraud though?
He isn't.
no, he did. No, ain't no serious
He
Well,
fraud
got
that's
in
what I
that.
a
thought you just said
$20,000.
though. You said
No, I
that's
said the
insurance
fact that,
fraud.
no, I said they can match the checks to the insurance fraud case. He reported it, therefore he got the reward. If you report somebody for making a fraudulent insurance claim, once it reaches a certain money amount, you get a reward for reporting that. Just because you recouping the insurance company's money for them.
what
He
me
should
and
have took all
Saida
them
Before
was
I heard
checks.
as the
say
plumber,
that
if he'd
that
have found
the
that
guy had
money,
somehow
we'd
committed
have grabbed some black trash bags and took that money on out with us when we finished the job and would have just
Oh,
count
especially
that
if you're
as
the
a blessing
plumber,
from the
you could have
Lord
easily did construction trash.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Yeah,
Hallelujah.
that's construction trash.
and kept it moving. And
construction
as far as the
trash.
checks
Yeah.
concerned, them $400,000 worth of checks, that is some good fire kindle. But that 200,000 cash,
Hallelujah.
that'd have been,
Say
mattress money.
hallelujah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Keep talking that
And
real.
look, the church wouldn't.
Hallelujah.
That way, nobody would have been in trouble. The church already got their money recovered from the insurance company. The insurance company wouldn't have missed it none 12 years later, and
It's
it'll
not
help
about
somebody
the
else out.
insurance company, it's the principle of
Amen.
the whole thing.
Well,
Oh,
the
principles.
principle is one man's trash is another man's treasure. Now
Amen.
just because I went in,
That
I was
obviously
assigned to
wasn't
do a
no
job,
trash because
Well,
he hid it
I
in
and
the
I
just want to
went
say,
in to
daggone
do a
wall.
job, and
Look,
it
what they did
just so
was
happened to
they
be in the
put that
church.
money in the wall to
And the
wait
Lord
until the
taketh.
But I
statute
don't
of
know that.
limitations was up.
I don't know that
And the
though. I'm
Lord
just
giveth.
going in to fix
You know
some
good and
some
well if
some
you
crappy
find
toilets.
$600,000 in the wall of Joel Osteen Church, you know how they got that
And,
shit
and
got
and I
moved.
would and I would and
That
I would look at
motherfucker
it
was
like this.
talking in
You
the
know
middle
what,
of the
God?
night, and
You
that's
must
why the
really be
toilet
blessing
got
this man
fucked
of
up.
God because there's
And the
all this money
fake
in this
apostles
world.
Aren't we all
filling their
allowed to
It
have
was
our
coffers.
own
never
opinion?
mine.
No, what's with all the yelling?
Hallelujah.
yeah,
Chill.
Oh no,
I
no,
get
I'm
it.
not yelling.
Hallelujah.
I'm
I'm
just
just
saying that the as far as the robbers go, they you know, the
But there
calculation of it
couldn't
was
have
pretty.
been a robbery, right?
Well, no, I'm
There was a
saying
robbery
it
in
was a robbery 12.
2012. They reported
Yeah,
that they got robbed.
yeah.
Do,
So
But
do
like,
you
how is it
think
a
that was like
robbery if
embezzlement, like an
the
That's
inside
what
job?
the
money
article of.
Basically, look, this is what's happened, Angelica. A robbery occurred, right? The insurance company got all their insurance,
they paid
whatever
out
the
a
write off.
claim.
The church got their claim. They got their money because nobody could ever find that money. The checks and really the checks don't mean nothing because they weren't even cashed. Okay, you wrote a check that didn't even cash. Them checks came from whoever the hell, but they couldn't have been possibly cashed because they were sitting up in a wall. Everything up in there was basically a free and clear situation. There was no reason for this particular person to report anything to anybody. What they should have did,
Besides
or which I would
his
have did,
morals.
well, I guess I'm morally corrupt on this day, and I would have took that money and burnt that paper. I mean, not the paper that's money, but the other paper.
with
You know,
the
the
checks?
checks.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is that that's where I'm confused with because like looking from my perspective, a place of business reported a crime. They said they
Mm-hmm.
lost things. The insurance company paid them out, and then
Mm-hmm.
such amount of time later, the things that were lost are still in the building that reported the crime.
Yeah, there was a lie. There was a lie in the mist. Okay, a
Yeah, but
lie.
it could have been a criminal that
They
just
stole the
did that.
money
Yeah,
they damn
yeah, but
selves and put it in the wall.
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
all that I'm saying.
That's
Like,
what I
Yeah,
said, though.
his
That's what
daddy
I was
They
probably
asking.
did
sell
it.
they put it in the wall because there's a statute of limitation on stuff like that. Theft is what, 10 years? They
Yeah.
had almost
Joe,
reached
So you
out.
think it was somebody that
But
might
see,
have been
if
I
on
that
the
think
plumber
Joe
finance?
was
Osteen.
Something like,
also, if that plumber was also a parishioner, he would have known about the robbery and the $600,000, which would have gave him
and
even
then
more
came back
incentive to
years
turn the
later.
shit in.
Facts,
Yeah.
Don. I'm with you.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm
I'm
so
just saying that,
serious.
like, it was a
All
movie I
money
seen.
ain't good money. That's
I
all I
seen a
know.
movie on something like that where they actually the guy robbed the bank and hid it in the bank. To that,
Yeah,
yeah.
people do that crazy shit all the
Mm,
time. The
Yeah,
yeah.
that was
problem
that
is,
Clive Owen movie. That
they're
was
like,
actually
catch me
really
if you
good.
can. I don't think they
Hmm.
could have caught me on that one.
look,
Because
it's
how
a
you
guy
you
on
first of all,
YouTube called
his
Trey
pappy
Stone.
probably did that. His
He
pappy did that.
robbed a pastor, a big time pastor in the 80s and 90s. What is that man's name? But he tell about it on his YouTube channel. He truther. If you ain't never ran across him before.
Mm, I mean, we always see all kinds of scenarios. Because here's a far fetched scenario, right? People could say it's far fetched, but it's possibility, right? And all the things that are possible and probable. The man who turned that money in, he can have some gangsters knocking at his door right now. Motherfucker, why you give my money? You owe me for the rest of your life. That could be going down right now.
The insurance company is gonna have fun with this. That's all I have to say about it.
That's why that man got them $20,000.
They gonna have fun with this.
And I think, I don't know, because can anybody Google when did Joe Osteen's dad pass away? The pappy.
The early 2000s, long before that bank robbery, if I'm not mistaken.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, there is too much of a. It's you know. As I mean, I don't work in insurance, but if somebody was to put a case like this on my desk, then I'm looking at the people that were in positions of authority at the time that the initial claim was filed.
Which would be Joel Osteen.
Yeah, and who was on the trustee board, the Dinkins board, and all the other boards, the mothers boards, the usher boards, all the boards.
Mm-mm. Churches like that, them boards don't have no hands on that money. That money goes straight to Joe office, straight to the
The
big
church
wig's office.
secretary, the administrator, whoever, because usually the church secretary
His
is the one
inside people. Girl,
that
them
pays out
churches
the
ain't set up
pastor.
like normal churches. How you think they skinning these people blind, running, flying around in Learjet?
So this is what I'm saying. If you take from, or you actually receive something from somebody who's already a corrupt individual, is it really any kind of moral ambiguity going on right there?
It's debatable, but
I don't think
It
it's. I
depends
think
on
it
the
you
depends on
person.
know,
Like I
whatever you.
said, that's a personal
I think it's
thing.
a
Everybody
personal
gonna
thing.
make their
Yeah.
decision when that
Yeah.
time comes.
Yeah. I think it's personal.
Man.
You know.
I mean, but you are putting out a good point, Taida. I will say that.
Yeah.
I know if I walk down the street right now and I happen to trip over a bag and it has $1 million in it,
And people have gone to
yeah,
Listen,
jail for
I
that.
went through some. I went through some. I
I
remember
don't know.
when I
I
first
don't
came home
know.
from college, I had a hard time finding a job, and I was working with my father. He was in construction, and like I was dead broke, right? And so we went to I think Home Depot or something like that, and then I got out the truck. Like he went into Home Depot. I was just sitting in the truck, and luckily there was about four
How
hundred
you
dollars
soon?
laying on the ground, all over the ground, just 20s and hundreds all over the ground. I don't know where that money came from, but I needed it. That's all I know. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I didn't even
Money
look to see
floating
who.
on the wind is different than money that
Yeah,
came out of a wall from a place where you was doing a job at.
yeah. But I mean, like I said, it depends upon But like when I got older, I got money, and then it's like somebody drop $100 bill, you know, hey, I think you dropped your money here or something. I don't have a problem, but it depends on your hunger and your situation, as far as morally, but it's
Hail,
everybody's
son.
decision. It's at the end of the day, it's your decision that you got to make at the time, you know.
And like I said, the insurance company is going to have a field day with that case.
You
And
already know.
and I know a lot of phone calls and emails are being made right now to, do you remember who was?
Mm,
It sounds like somebody may have stolen it and died or something. Yeah, it could have been that
I'm
too.
telling you, that was in
I
that
doubt
wall because of
that.
that statute of limitations, and
Yeah,
whoever fucked that wall up getting it in there fucked it up enough to fuck the toilet up. They wasn't
yeah.
betting on that.
Well, then
But
you
that was
also got to
probably
look
the
back and see
easiest
what
place for them to dig into the wall.
that
And
too.
they
But
wasn't.
you also got to look at if they had a construction contract during that
And then
time.
think about it. The same person that put it in the wall ain't necessarily the same person that called the plumber.
Hmm. Yeah, but I'm saying it depends. Another thing I think of, like, if did they have a construction contract during that time? Could the construction company be complicit, or or the contractor or whoever?
Telling you, Joe was up there in the middle of the night plastering shit his damn self. Y'all think I'm playing.
I
Ingenuity
don't put
come
it.
into
No,
Absolutely.
I don't.
play.
I
I
definitely don't put it past them. Now I'm not like that theory. It flies with
Pursue in
me.
peace.
Shit. How you doing, Asun?
Oh, it's morning over there. I
Asun
forgot.
Asun never says my name right. She said Optimus Prime. That's what she said.
Mm.
I said, I'm not the Transformer, but it's all good.
Well, I know people get away with mess because when I was young and I worked for this certain bank, and it was my first day, I was a teller, right? It's like my first day on the floor, and my drawer came up short, $400. And I know that I balanced correctly everything. There was no reason why my drawer should be out $400. I was so nervous, and I was like, I'm gonna lose my job and stuff, right? I didn't get fired, but come to find out that the way my drawer closed, there was like a part back there, a space that nobody was aware of, where money could fall behind. So the money fell behind, right?
Mhm.
But
Hmm.
nobody ever found that money. So I just naturally assumed that the janitor did it. Somebody had to had got that money. And and since that everything balanced out and what have you, there was really no way to trace it per se.
Hotter.
Man, but for the longest, I felt like eyes were just like piercing the back of my head. You took that 400. I was like, sheesh. If I knew there was going to be no consequence to the situation, I probably could have got away with that 400, but it wasn't me. It wasn't me, you know. So
Yeah,
janitors, people who clean up, like when things like that go down, they do come up and they can't get
man.
away with it.
Just imagine like some like people that work at
Well,
hotels, like those hotel
unfortunately,
maids, they
I
be
don't
coming
come
up
up
on things.
because I do have
Like that
morals.
mess polite pull.
Yeah.
Like people on my staff, they leave money on their desk and all kind of stuff, and they know, I'm not gonna touch it.
Yeah. Yeah, like man, I had lost some Versace shades at a hotel in Atlanta. You know, I was rushing out of the room and I forgot about them, and they was, they gone. You know, call the whole. Oh, we don't have them. You know.
Yeah, I've never had any issues like that with belongings not turning up. But I think,
Man,
circumstances
people
are
steal out of wash houses. Like back in the day, you go to the wash house and
They'll
you have
still
money.
close out the wash house. They
Yeah,
would
they
not.
go in your dryer. Why you do you sit in your car or something like that? Or I was like teenager and I had my fly ass Tommy Hilfigers. You know what I'm saying? That's back, that's in the late '90s. That's when it was still like popular. And man, somebody went in and just got me for my shirts. You know,
2 minutes. I'll be right back.
Yeah, everybody, everybody's at a different place in their life, and I think that there's a huge difference between, $20 on a coworker's desk versus hundreds of $1,000
Yeah, something life
hidden
changing, man.
behind some drywall
You
in
right.
a church. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, um, whoever the guy was who was doing his job to fix this toilet, good on him that he actually had the
Right,
morality.
because he came up 20 racks.
But
Yeah.
He
most
had the
plumbers are
moral
millionaires though.
fortitude.
You know
I
that, right?
mean, but
It's the
technically,
easiest way to become a millionaire is become a professional plumber.
y- yeah, but what I'm saying is that he may have even thought about it, because sometimes you're presented with a situation
Hmm.
and you want to do the right thing, but you're also contemplating the wrong thing.
It's a
And he may
test.
have just pulled out his phone and said, if I turn in this money, do I get a reward? And then his phone said, yeah. And he was like, oh, well, there it is. Easy solution. I mean, we don't know. I'm just speculating.
And it
But
might,
I
and
mean,
like I said, and it might have been a test for him too,
could have,
because
but
He
good
you
on
probably
him.
weighed up the cost in the situation because he's in presumably the house of the Lord.
and that's
God
what
knows
I'm
how many
saying.
statues are up in there looking at him.
Yeah, see, for
Well,
me,
you
like even
funny.
thinking
Protestants
about,
don't have statues in their churches, man.
but you got to think about it. So imagine yourselves, right? You're working on something inside of a church. You have to bust through some drywall. And on the other side of that drywall are these probably satchels of damn money, right? I don't know if me as an individual, I would think that this church is on the up and up. The fact that there's something hidden behind a wall, you know what
Oh
I'm
yeah.
saying? Um, and we don't know if he explored the contents of these bags or packages or whatever like that. But the fact that there was something behind a wall inside of a church will probably make me feel like this church is on some bullshit. Um, which further, I think if people really thought about it, if he did decide to take the money, if any of it,
Well,
I
I'm
don't
not a
think people
plumber,
would really
but
blame
I'm a
him.
janitor, and I have 16 bathrooms at our church that I have to clean, and
Mhm.
I do light, work as far as repairs and things like that. Um, and sometimes we have to take, the toilets off and replace rings and seals and stuff like that. So,
Mhm.
if I'm gonna tell you like this, if I were to find something like that and doing some work, knowing me myself, it wouldn't matter where the money came, how it got there. I probably wouldn't even want to know, you
Mm.
know, um, just because of some of the things I've seen and where I've been, and you know, it would be better not to know. And then because of who I am and how much I know spiritually, and knowing that I'm accountable for certain things, because I found it in God's house, that's enough for me to say that's God's money. I don't care how I got there. I don't care who put it there. I don't care who, whatever did what. If I found it in God's house, care where it is in God's house. It could have been in wrapped up in sewage. If it's in God's, that's God's money. I'm not touching it. I'm not. I don't want to have nothing to do with it. I'm not taking a dime of it. And I would probably have done the same thing, turned it in or told, my job or whatever job I was on, you know, and doing the right thing. Not necessarily looking for a reward, just
Mhm.
because I don't want something bad to happen to me later down the line because I thought I was on a quick come up.
Yeah, our money ain't good money.
Right. So I probably would have done the same thing. Now, if I'd have found that money, Saida, in a different building, like not in the church,
If I'd have been
oh,
cleaning
now
out,
that's a whole different ball game, sis. I'm rocking with you on that one. I ain't reporting nothing.
I
But
mean, it's
That's a
debatable.
different kettle of fish. Because
that's
even
a
if the
different kind of
pastor is
fish. You feel me?
corrupt
That's
as
a
a
fish I can cook.
mofo,
And I can cook that fish up, bet
I
quick.
mean, it's debatable if that's God's house. One, but
But if I
like I
find
said,
it
but
in
I
God's
get what you're
house,
the
I'm
saying.
not touching it.
intentions of the people that donated that money is
That don't
gonna be
matter
the
if I
crux
find it
for
in
the
God's
problem.
house. But if it's on any other building, it don't matter. Any other building besides God's house. Oh
Yeah, I
yeah,
agree with that tree on that.
that
What you
Well,
I'm
said.
I
touching
know
on that.
one thing.
Yeah.
I know that 9 times out of 10, when you're donating money, right, you expect it to go to the benevolence fund, things to that nature, right? You're trying to benefit the community because 9 times out of 10 they tell you the money's going to go to helping this group of people, that group of people, or helping the people that are part of the members in case they fall short on their payments or whatever the case may be for their house or whatever. You're supposed to help, right? So who's to say the person who found the money didn't really need that money and that was helping them?
$200,000 worth of help.
Yeah, $200,000 worth of ducats like that does help people. It helps a person. It can help many people. It can help one person because, far as we know, that man could be up to the yin yang with bills over his head, and he might be taking care of a number of other people. That probably was help right there.
Well, he
And I
did
don't
get
understand.
20,000,
I don't
so
understand why how that much money would be in some drywall. So
that
if we're gonna
six
talk
hundred
about that's
thousand
God's
dollars is
house,
missing from a robbery.
If I'd
yeah.
have found
And
that
the
much
exact
money,
same amount with the exact
I'm
same
telling you,
checks that was reported stolen was found in the wall in some packets.
if I'd have
Telling
found that
y'all,
much
Joel
money,
Osteen was in there
I'd
in
have
the
had a
middle of the night
bad
in some
feeling about that
coveralls.
money. I'm telling you. Why
That
would that
money
much
wasn't
money
gonna do
be in a
nobody who touched
drywall
it any good.
behind a toilet in a bathroom? That's just got red flags all over it.
All over.
I don't know. Maybe it was left in the drywall, so it was a test.
Nah,
And
that
like I
wasn't no
said, you
test.
got to look at it spiritually, right?
Hey,
Look at it from a spiritual angle. If somebody, obviously from the inside, years ago, was embezzling this money, stacking it and packing it, and figured they was gonna come back years later to get it, something might have happened. They might have, something whatever. They couldn't get to it, and this plumber comes along and got us testing them.
Oh yeah. Well, me and God is on good terms. He just marked me in the sinner's column for this situation. But
And he
I'm
finds
real
this
with it.
money,
I'm
and
real with it with him, and he's real with it with me. Like, side, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? You
he
being
turns
honest
this
about it.
money and he gets a $20,000 come up. That might be just what he needed to, start his own business.
mm-hmm.
So
I'm
let me
not
ask you
Versus
disagreeing.
guys.
keeping that
Doors, open
$600,000 and
doors
some
to
goons
other,
knocking him off in the
avenues.
middle of the night.
Well, let
Cause
me
he the
ask you
only one
guys a
been fixing that
question.
drywall.
If I could ask you guys a question, I just want an answer. So, hypothetically, you all purchased a home from what you understand from the realtor was an old man um, who essentially lived his days in that home, passed away due to old age or whatever, and you guys are upgrading parts of the home and you have to
Mhm.
take down some drywall. And once you take down drywall, your contractor lets you know, hey, there's some stuff back here. You want it? And you're like, yeah. You go to open the stuff up and it's $200,000 worth of money. Do you keep it?
Heck
I'm
yeah.
keeping
Well,
it.
You
first you
bought
check
that
and see if
house,
he
and when
had
you
any
bought that
immediate
house, it was
relatives.
in the house. That belongs to you.
I'm two for
Technically,
two.
it
See,
belongs
God
to
loves
you.
me.
I'd
He
see
know
if
I'm
he
gonna tell
had
the
any
truth.
immediate relatives, if like sons, daughters. If not, then oh well.
Mm, okay.
But like,
Mark me in
say
the
you done
sinner's
bought this
column
house
again.
because this man died and his wife had to be put in assisted living, and they struggling trying to keep her in there for whatever reason.
Sometimes
The
So
that
only
money,
reason, the
that money.
only
no,
reason that I ask
it's
is
too
because
many
to
what
me,
ifs to that shit. But we supposed to be keeping it light tonight.
Yeah, my uncle had stashed some money, and they found it recently, and it literally rotted.
Hmm? My granddad had a big old iron safe, and like you couldn't get into the joint. You had to weld it open. So when my granddad passed, we welded it open, and there was money in there, all right. Plenty of quarters and half dollars and silver dollars and disintegrated $100 bills
Yeah, they
that
right.
keep
Yeah.
enough of the serial number for us to turn them into the bank. Because if you got the whole
Yeah.
serial number, you
Yeah.
can turn it in. No, as soon as you touch them joints, they turn into dust.
Mm-hmm.
It all depends.
Yeah, you go to the Federal
You
Reserve
store
and
money.
get the
Make
money.
sure you store it in an airtight, temperature controlled place. Because if not, it's going to shit. Paper money anyway.
Yeah, it will rot. We just seen that with one of my uncles. He has Alzheimer's, and he stashed like $14,000 he had from the 70s, and they found it, and it's rotten. It literally rotted.
People sitting up there
And
looking for
how
their
long?
great
How
Uncle Earl money that he buried in a pickle jar under a pecan tree out in the field.
Yeah, they do that, and like one of
But
them
that money be
buried under the
long gone. That
doghouse.
jar
They
be
put it
empty
under
with
the
some dust
doghouse.
in the bottom.
Yeah, they buried under the doghouse. Yeah, that's what a lot of old black men buried him like under the doghouse, where that
That's
pit
why
bull
they
be.
had the vicious ass dog.
Yeah, I know, right?
Tree? I know you probably answered this already, but I'm just gonna ask again for good measure. Now, when these bots be coming in here, like Grace Martin and Judith Norris or whatever, like, why do they have names?
Because that's somebody that's done got scammed out their YouTube account.
And so the person who scammed them out of the YouTube account is just
They
going to
put
other
it
people's.
on the bot list. It becomes a bot. They just give it a list of commands to go do.
And it said go to Treehouse.
Well, they just send it out randomly on YouTube, whichever lives come out. Now, if somebody is actually doing what I think they're doing, they're directing it over here. That can be done, where you can specify a specific channel.
Well, what's the point?
Because that URL is cut off. That's why YouTube made it so you can't drop links. Because if the link was complete and you clicked on it, you would more than likely go to some site that would either A, try to lock you out your computer so you could call some number so they could try to scam you out your money, or B, download something on your computer so that it could scam you out of some money. Like
So
steal your
the
shit
point
or
is to scam you out of some money.
to scam you out of some money or to use your machine as a zombie, which is less rare now. But yeah, basically to scam you out of money most of the time. Some people will put a program on your computer to mine for Bitcoin, but as long as you got AV and do a malware scan periodically, you'll be fine.
Yeah, that's what happened to my Facebook and my Instagram. They
Mhm.
locked me out and they wanted to try to scam me to let me back in.
Everybody that
They
gets
was never
scammed
gonna
out
let
of
me
them
back
account,
in anyway. So I had to start a whole nother Facebook.
that's what those accounts turn into. It just depends on how much information they get on you. If they steal your email, they got access. If they steal your Gmail, they got access to your YouTube. You see what I'm saying? And then they just program them to run that same little fucked up message.
I'm just looking at
And
how to Hari is so funny. Something about tell it to the judge. Ew, that's funny.
Oh boy.
mm,
No, I just yawned. You just reminded me, Lavon, that I need to check my Facebook because I usually don't do it.
mhm.
I wonder how long this bot thing is gonna last, though.
Forever.
Oh, so it's
Forever.
gonna be like this for a long time? Oh my god.
As long as there's people out here that do stupid shit, yes.
No, I mean, just seems so weird because like it wasn't really going down like that. Like this just seems so
That just means
randomly.
you're moving up the algorithm usually. But I don't know. This seems kind of coordinated because it's coming on both channels.
What's the other channel? There's another channel?
Yeah. Hold on.
CCCTV.
Well, there's more than one.
Yeah.
You're not. Are you
Hold
talking
on.
about like Facebook or something like that?
No, I'm talking about YouTube.
Oh,
These
you're
just
streaming to more than one
backups.
channel.
A good idea a lot of times is to have Google create a password for you too. Like those passwords they create is like extremely hard to hack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's just that you got to remember your Google account password. You know, you got to be able to remember that.
But see, I'm only subscribed to one. Like I don't
That's because I don't really promote the others like that.
But like when I put in trip C's, like say if I was just to do a search or even CC, it comes back to the same one for me. So I don't know. Maybe
You
I
just
just
have to scroll
Oh, but
down.
you got to go and click channel. So like when you do a search, sometimes it has a few options. You have to go and actually look at the filters, and then you click channel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, actually don't see that in the search though. The other one, the other channel Tripsy.
Jeez. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 total.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy
I don't have
Popcorn.
troll accounts.
That's a lot of damn. Mm-mm. Well, I mean, I guess if somebody block you one way, you can come another way.
Pretty much. I'm
Unless
gonna
they
get my
Hong Kong
message
fools you on
across.
all of them.
Yeah.
Oh. It's so silly. Hmm.
Yeah, a good thing on your computer is to have an ad blocker. You know what I'm saying? That'll block a lot of that pop up stuff. You know, a ad blocker, a pop up blocker, and I like Norton 360, but it sometimes it do too much.
Norton is a goddamn power hog. How dare you?
Yeah. What?
How dare you? Just don't. Don't be giving out tech advice on the Techies channel.
Yeah. Well,
Hmm?
I'm just saying with the Norton is no, I'm saying it has a lot of perks now.
Norton is very intrusive.
Yeah, I'm saying it does too much. That's what I said.
It's very intrusive. So is
Hmm.
McAfee. And it slows your computer down about a quarter. You don't need
Yeah.
all that extra shit that they put on there. That shit just runs and lags your computer down. If you got a brand name computer, it comes with a tool that does the same exact thing that extra shit on Norton does. And guess what? The little technical support they offer you. Welcome to Norton Technical Support. My name is
Yeah,
John. How
scam.
can I help you today? And she gonna
Maybe,
sit up
but
here and say it's good. 20 wax with a wet noodle for prime.
what
No, I
noodle?
said it does too much. That's the only thing I said. I'm just saying they have extra perks. That's how I got a lot of my
All
information
that
off mine.
shit got look. You can buy AVG for free, right? Gives
Yeah.
you now you ain't gotta buy it, you can get it for free.
Hmm.
And you get the basic antivirus. But it keeps telling you, hey, you can get this too, and
Hmm.
this, and this, and this. But guess what? All that shit does is slow your computer down and it's halfway spammy. And
Yeah.
guess what? That little neat driver updater that they offer you, every driver you have on your computer goes back to a website where it can update its damn self. The
Yeah. Well,
driver
Windows
updater
does it.
does nothing but fuck up your registry.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nick, well, you have a daughter that's 16. My God, you look so young. No, have you seen Nick was like she did a short today? I was like, she looks like really young. And I'm not trying to be funny when I say that, so I don't know, you might have had your daughter young or you might just be older and look young as fuck. You know what I mean? Because that is possible. Because I knew this woman who was like in
Black
her
don't
30s
crack.
and she looked like a damn teenager. Like you would never swear she was 15 years old. You know, I thought that would be hard on her love life because who the hell wants to be laid up with somebody that looked like they 15? You know what I mean? Like, this is weird. But she was in her 30s.
Now, if a woman of age, she of age. I don't try to, you know, try to belittle women that are little or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like if you're of
No,
age,
I
you're
was
of
just
age.
thinking, does she just look so young?
Yeah,
Like,
I
you
know what
know,
you're saying. I know what you're saying, but I'm just saying if a woman's of age, she's of age. You know, because I've seen people judge. They was talking about one YouTuber and he dated a girl that was real short,
mhm.
and they was trying to say, oh well, he might be into it was just like the woman is in her 30s. Like that's ignorant to even say. I'm not trying to say anything to you. I'm just saying, but it was just like if the woman is if he's extremely tall, they were trying to say. I just said they was trying to talk about Kwame Brown about that, and I was like,
But
talking
I
about his
mean,
wife is real short, but he's like
all the
six
tall
seven.
men
So
I've ever known, they like short women. I don't know what it is, but and then because I'm tall, my uncle used to tell me when I was younger, he used to say, when you get older, all the short men are gonna like you. Like the short people are gonna be attracted to you. And I was like, what? He's like, you'll get it when you get older. And that was true.
hmm
Something about shorter men, they tend to like me.
They take it
And I
as a
think it's the
challenge.
fascination with the height. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it might be the vice versa.
And
I dated a
sometimes
girl
you
that was
just like who you
5'11",
like.
210 pounds with a flat stomach, and she could squat 275 and bench press 185.
Oh.
Yeah, and she was just a mighty woman. That's what
You
it
said
A
she was an
mighty,
Amazon. She was an
mighty.
Amazon.
mighty
Yeah.
woman.
Look at
Girl,
Leonard.
like
He be
it was a
killing me
girl
with
that
the
tried
stories.
her. Oh my god, I wasn't there, but man, they said she took the girl and raped the girl face against the gate. I was like, dang, you know.
Mhm.
But that's back when I was 26 at the time, and I was bench pressing 500 pounds. I'm 6'4" myself, but it was just like, a regular guy couldn't handle nothing like that, man.
I mean, that's not bad because if you're 6'4",
Oh no, she told me she couldn't handle me, but I know like what she was known for fighting guys too, so it wasn't and handle them, So it was just, you know,
Mhm.
yeah, it was being
she
nice.
has a YouTube page too on she not in this sector though.
This internet was being nice, but it's getting ready to tell me goodbye. Goodbye, bye. Bye bye.
And Leonard like that. He got
I'm not
F
paying
you.
attention.
Goodbye. Oh, your mom has a baby face too? Oh, so you got it honestly. Mm-hmm.
She just part of that baby face crew.
Mm-hmm. She got that honestly. That's nice. You know you're gonna age well. It's in the genes. It's in the genes.
Excuse me.
Why y'all so quiet? What happened?
Uh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Girl, I don't know. There's not really a topic to talk about, really.
It's a tie.
Well, there are some things to talk about, but nobody
We
wants to
ain't
go
doing it
there.
over time. I
They don't want
sorry,
to go
but
there.
no, I can't. Oh my
Yeah, it's
goodness.
kind of good to come to a place where ain't no drama going on, because everywhere else it's like you could feel the tension, you know.
Mm. Yeah, people be tripping for no reason. Well, no, they don't do it for no reason, but it's just a shame that they much rather resort to that than actually putting out real content.
Well, it's a YT shakeup going down, which I've noticed, right? All the branches are being shooketh and the leaves
Shooketh.
are falling,
Mhm.
right?
Well,
Hmm.
And
yeah,
then
this is
whatever's
what happens. I told y'all this is the season finale. Just sit back and watch.
and they're shifting
The
out.
house got a wire fence, an electric wire fence perimeter, and the password is changed once a week. Y'all make sure y'all have y'all decoder rings on for the next drop. Cause I ain't trying to get in this foolishness. I don't have the time nor the inclination.
Not I'm
I
still
watch,
looking
I
through the
swear
bushes,
I
making
watch
sure I can
from the
come out.
branches, but I'm not getting in this shit.
Niqua, it's safe to come out. It's safe to come out.
You
It's
fine
just
over here, baby.
don't drop down. Just soar high.
Stay your
Soar
ass in
high.
the
Be
house like
like a
I
hawk
told
and
y'all
just
in the
soar
first
high,
place.
but don't hit a branch. Like
Don't
just
let them
don't
get to
come.
you, Nico. I'm just
Yeah.
tell you that. But it's like I understand where you're coming from. You know.
Now every now and then you might have to come in like a hawk, you know, but that what they got red, infrared, right? And maybe snatch you up a thing or two, you know. Get over here. But go back up. Back up.
Don't let nobody tempt you down from the clouds. That's all.
Yeah, I was on another channel earlier this morning, well, yesterday morning now. But the guy was talking about he been on YouTube 2 years, and it takes time to be seasoned for this because, like even some of my friends have been scared off just from some of the things that's happened that you could just easily observe, and everybody ain't built for this, but it takes time to understand that, yeah, people are going to say things and you can't put your hands on them like you can in real life, and that's part of the reason
Well,
why
you
they own
can. It just takes skill.
it.
See, nobody wants to get the D word, right? And that is the fear. And that's what's been popping off because people have they over here like they ancestry.com and stuff with the bullshit.
Well, the bullshit is what gets them
What's the
views.
D word?
I'm kind of curious too, but
Docs, you talking about?
oh, that one.
Oh,
You can say
okay.
that out loud.
It's just the way she said it. I didn't know where we
I
was
didn't know
going with
neither.
this.
I
Well,
guess the
because I
women was
think
like the
when
D word.
once
What
you
are you
no for
talking
real,
about?
like once you say a word, it gives people a thought, right? So it's best
They
to
already
just
got that thought around this motherfucker. They been doing that shit for years. You ain't gonna get
yeah, but
nobody
we don't
to
want them to
lobby.
think it this overheareth it.
They done
We're
already
trying to
tried that, remember? They just
yeah.
found my crazy cousin instead. Whichever one they found, I don't know, but good luck with
Not
that.
whichever one they found.
I told y'all, it's a whole generation of us that's named the same damn thing. Or
See, that's
riff off the
beautiful.
same damn thing. Not really. Because when you go to the family reunion, as soon as they say Tasha, everybody turn around and say, huh?
Well, wasn't that the point?
No.
So nobody could really be discovered. I think they were thinking
No, they
ahead of it all.
wasn't. They just copycats.
Hey, family.
Hey,
Niqua,
Nickelbook.
Hey, is it okay to come out?
out the bushes,
Over here
out the
always.
branches.
Yeah, hey man, you cool with us?
Do you not see the stream element bot messages in the chat?
Yeah, I mean,
I ain't finna dox nobody, but shit,
Nequa.
mysterious shit can happen.
yeah, I know. It happened to me. I'm like, Jesus, Lord, how the hell?
Well,
I'm talking about the
like
other part of that equation.
I go a lot of places, and then sometimes people is cool, and sometimes they not. Sometimes they looking at you sideways, like, "Why are you here?" Because they be thinking that you're on the bullshit. But I still come around because as with time will go by, they will see I'm not with the shit. But there is a chance that you might get caught up, and that's the risk of it all. But I see Leonard, his ass be everywhere. He like
Leonard
he
got
like, well,
YouTube immunity. He been on YouTube since YouTube started. Y'all don't have those type of privilege. I technically do too, but I don't feel like dealing with the BS that goes with it. So I stay my butt over here. When I go out, they like, "What you doing over here?" So I ain't got time for all that.
yeah.
Well, I mean, we're
'Cause
not gonna go into the logistics of anything. I just said hi.
I know, like I told you earlier, sometimes it's best just not to say nothing at all.
it's best not to say nothing when like there's a rumble in the jungle unless you're maybe in a
But we're not
semi-neutral
gonna get
place.
into that over here because people
Yeah,
misconstrue stuff
yeah,
all the time and swear
yeah,
you talking about stuff
yeah,
you ain't. So we gonna keep it rolling.
yeah.
Rolling,
So
rolling,
how's everybody's
rolling.
weekend? Everybody got? I just
Keep
picked up
those
my daughter from her
doggies
sweet
rolling.
16.
That's
Oh,
so
there
Yeah,
go
I'm
nice.
Ronaldo.
good.
I'll be
Yeah, she
right
had
back.
fun.
That's good. I'm happy she had
Thank
fun.
you, boo.
Yeah.
Tell her congratulations and happy birthday.
Oh, it's not her birthday. It was her
Oh, I
friend's
thought you
sweet
said sweet
She
16.
16.
went
That's
to
what I
the
thought I
Yeah,
heard.
it was her
party.
friend. It was her friend's. It was her friend's sweet
Oh, her friends.
16.
Oh,
But
okay. My bad then.
and she was like,
Oh, we,
she was like,
oh,
because that was her first like real
oh.
party, you know.
Oh, that's nice. Was she all dolled up and stuff, looking good?
Yeah, she was. Yes, she was. She thought I was like, take that. First of all, it was funny because I got her makeup done. I did her hair, like, I braided her hair, and then I got her makeup done, and then her dad saw her, and he was like, who told her she could get her makeup done? He saw her and said, she ain't going nowhere.
He wasn't for that. No, no, no,
Mm-mm,
no, no.
mm-mm. But
They,
you know,
men, they take when their daughters grow up and stuff, and then
Oh,
the makeup
snap.
come
Where's
and
my
all
phone
that.
at?
It's a mess.
yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
where's my other phone at? That girl, she stayed with my phone. Oh
yeah.
my God.
But he was like a proud, like, you know how like they're like, oh, my daughter looks so beautiful. She's staying in the house. That's how he was. Like,
Mm, she looked too beautiful. She's
I'm
staying in the
surprised he
house.
didn't want to go along.
huh?
I'm surprised he didn't want to go with her, like I'm
Only
going.
reason why he couldn't go with her is because he had to work overnight.
But he
Mm.
had it in his
Yeah.
spirit to go, didn't he?
Yeah, he had it in
Hmm.
spirit to tell her no. She had to stay home. He was
He
dead
was in
serious. He
his
was
feelings
like,
about that. He's like, "You not going nowhere. You staying
what
right
is
in this
happening?
house."
I was like, do you know she's turning 16 next? Like, she's having her own party. Like,
And he was not caring about none of that
yeah, he
noise.
don't want to hear that. He would kill that noise kind of thing. It was like, yeah.
Let me email this to myself.
But she had a
Yeah.
good time. She looked really pretty. It was a masquerade thing. She looked really pretty.
See, and they be trying to say there's no good fathers, or black men in particular are not vested, and that's a lie. My dad was
That,
truly
yeah,
vested.
my father's still vested, and I'm in my 30s. My father and mother are
Hmm.
still together. My grandparents are still together, and they're very much still vested. And my husband is very vested into our and into us and into our family. So I don't believe that there's no good black men out there. Like, I
Empty
never
wagons
believed
make the
that.
loudest noise.
You know, my brothers are black men, and they all, one is married and two are in serious relationships. You know,
Now, how long have your grandparents been together?
my grandmother was 14 and my grandfather was 12. My grandmother is like 2 years older than my grandfather, I believe.
Oh, she's the older lady.
Yeah. They've been together forever. They've been together. My mother and father. My mother been with my father since she was 16,
Mm-hmm.
and they're in their 50s. So
That's a long time. That's a lot of energy. See,
yeah.
my grandparents, they were, together until my grandma passed away first, and then my papa went second. Then my parents were together for like 50 years, and my daddy passed away, and now my mom is here. Like, in my family, people stay together, and so it's odd when you see, like, say if a divorce or something, like the family don't even
Hmm.
divorce you. You might have divorced the person, but the family don't divorce you. You still
Cause
be
it's
called Uncle
family.
so and
Yeah,
so, or
yeah.
like it's like you don't never. It's
Depending on the circumstance, like, but yeah, 9 times out of 10, we still call you uncle or auntie, you know.
hmm like
So
you still part of the family, and so that's just
hmm
how it goes. Like depending on the circumstances, for the most part, like it's not like not enough something super egregious went down, but you know what it is. It's just kind of like
yeah, yeah.
you still we
I still
expect
have
to
my
see
great
you.
grandmother. My great grandmother, she's 103.
That's what's up.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
In my
wish.
family, we expect to see you, and if you don't show
Wow,
up, it's
103.
egregious. Like what? How dare
yeah,
you
she's
not show up?
103. She she came to my Thanksgiving dinner. I have like 5 generations of women in one house for my Thanksgiving dinner.
That is really
Oh,
cool.
Hmm.
I
that's
wish I could say
beautiful.
the same. I wish I could.
No, I mean it's a blessing to have that, and that's why like I like being around my family. My family and I were really close knit. Like we're like not normal. So but I'm not. I'm going to make this very clear. I'm not doing the Christmas dinner. I keep telling them I'm not doing it. Like they need to figure that out.
Mm.
Like,
I met this lady the other day. She said she had like 22 grandchildren, and she was kind of young, but I mean, to me, she was young. Like she was older lady, but she's youthful, right? And so I was thinking, damn, that's awesome. So they don't need
oh
nobody; they got themselves. Like exactly, and that's the whole point of big families because then you don't really need no outside friends or nothing. Like you will accumulate some, but if you got a very cohesive family, you should have each other, and that's all you really need in the big scheme of
yeah,
things because you got all your cousins to grow up with. That's your family member and your friend. You know what I mean? And generations just keep going and stuff. So like it's good to have big families, but nowadays they don't have it like that. Because I know when my grandparents were young and stuff, people were having like 14 children and stuff. Or better.
yeah. I know. That's crazy.
Yeah, my grandmother had 14 kids.
hmm
Oh
They're not
wow.
doing the big like that no more. I don't know. I think it's kind of good too, but
Times are
maybe.
different. Too. You gotta think
They
about
said
that.
she never got a stretch mark.
Really? Damn,
Hmm.
that was good.
Well, I think it's the food now. You know, it's
Hmm.
causing all of that.
And I also think it's the
Uh-huh.
elasticity of the body too. Like everybody's body is different. Some people just have that snap, like where like they don't have get stretch marks. They don't look like they had kids. Like some people just have that.
They're blessed with that. I'm telling you.
I don't have any
Hmm
stretch marks. I mean, TMI or anything, but I don't have any.
That's a blessing.
Now it's some chicks I seen in the hood, man. Like they'll have like 8 kids.
Here you go.
No,
I
for
can't
real.
stand
Like to this day, it's some chicks out there that have like 8 kids, and you'll look at them and you wouldn't know. Like you would not know that this woman has 8 kids, and they just have kids. You know,
I
like
wonder
it's
if
it's a
that's some
family
kind of
around
like
here where I live at now. Had like one woman had 22 kids.
They do that down there.
What?
My
Yeah.
cousin lived
What?
down there. He had 70
Mhm.
some
That's a
children.
lot.
That is a lot
What?
of babies.
70 something. I
That's
think it was
22.
76.
that's a lot of
One of my
kids.
older cousins,
The ones I have, I
he
love them to
was
death,
on the
but I
floor
can't see
in
myself
You
having
sound
that
real low,
much.
Trip. See,
wow. Huh?
you sound real low.
Let me see.
Mm.
Is that better?
Yeah,
I
a little
wonder
bit
if
better.
that's like some
So
kind
I
of
said
like
my
a
cousin
hood
down in Florida, he has 76 kids.
protection or something.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear. Yeah, you better.
76 kids, and they don't know how many grandkids.
How many kids?
76.
Who has
By
76
by
kids?
one woman?
No, this is my male cousin.
Oh, well, he
Damn,
needs to take
Too late.
that's done.
Mm-mm.
But that's one of my older cousins, so he like in his 80s or something now.
Does he have a relationship with all his children?
Yeah.
All 76? That's awesome.
He said that's awesome.
No, for real.
I
Yeah.
don't know if it's a good relationship or not. I just know they got one, baby. Don't
Now,
know.
one guy, his father
Or
was like that, and he said he almost talked to his half sister one time. Y'all was telling me.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I heard somebody say
if
something
you
like that
from the
to me.
middle of Florida, chances are we probably related.
yeah,
And that's the wild part too. Like and yeah, that's a really good point that people don't talk about, like some of the potential consequences of
He done populated a whole damn state all by
yeah,
himself.
like a whole neighborhood and
A
30% of the
neighborhood,
people.
girl, that's a city block at least.
I'm
yeah.
just saying, like
He done populated a small town around this motherfucker with kids and grandkids
I
alone.
used to hear that a lot, like
That's why,
people
look, when I'm home, I
accidentally
don't talk to
dating
dudes.
their relative
I
because
don't
they
talk
didn't
to
know.
dudes when I'm home. You might be my cousin, nigga. I don't know who your folk is. That's the battle cry down in South Florida,
Yeah,
North Florida. Who your folk is? You some kin to the Johnsons? You
yeah, I
ain't
know. Are
no kin
you
to
with the
them.
Davis or something?
What about the Taylors? You some kin? You ain't no kin to them neither. What about the Henrys? Oh, your see, we got the same great grandma. You my cousin. I ain't
Yeah,
got time for that.
yeah,
That's why you got to tell your children. You have to let them know the whole family
No,
tree.
it's so many of us. Like one time I was at the pool hall, right? I'm just sitting up there minding my business. This dude looking at me and I'm looking at him. I was like, he kind of cute, but he looked mad familiar. And he looking at me and he's like, excuse me. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, what's your name? He said, what's your last name? I told him. And then he was like, is your mama such and such? And I was like, yeah. He was like, you my cousin.
I
Like, let
think
me
we. I
turn
think
this on.
I've heard of some people with your last name in my family tree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's the cousin that went down there. I
No,
told
crazy.
you.
I'm finna drop down,
Cousin
y'all, because
that
this
was
internet is gonna be acting up.
All right, Saida.
All right.
I was not playing when I said that shit, Brian.
Yeah.
I was dead ass.
Yeah, we had a huge presence in Georgia, and what is it called, Militant, Georgia, or something like that.
Mil- Milledgeville or Milton?
Milton, Milton. Yeah, it was
Lord
like when
have
I look at my ancestry,
mercy.
it's there's a lot of people that live on my mom's side lived in that area.
Um, Freddie Pope, uh, Joseph.
Yeah, I heard now that Joseph, and I'm related to the Polk family too.
No,
That's
I'm my first name.
yeah.
Freddie, Joseph, um, Johnny. That's all a set of siblings.
Hmm.
Now, if it's anything connected to them, cousin.
Yeah.
Y'all thought I was playing when I kept saying that I am not. My father's from Florida, but I also have people on my mother's side in Florida.
Hmm. Yeah, they got a whole town pretty much named after my mom's family.
Mm,
Yeah, the Polk up
Lavon,
there.
what do I need to verify?
I would be the wrong one to talk to about stuff like that, though.
Hmm. No, but I did see that pop up on
No
Ancestry
stretch
with your
mark.
last name.
Huh?
Listen, when they were
Let
talking
me
about
ask you
no
this:
stretch
with
marks,
those
I did
same
not
people,
commentate.
say what, Angie?
Like talking, he started
Are you talking about
talking
the
about.
stretch marks? Yeah.
I didn't say nothing.
She was talking about the stretch
Those
marks.
people that you saw in Florida also connected to people up north with maybe the same name, like a
Oh
Mike.
well, like even on my mom's side, we got them in Buffalo. Like I got a lot of family in Buffalo, a huge family presence in Buffalo. Georgia,
Cousin.
yeah. Hmm.
Cousin.
I'm like 85% sure we like fourth or fifth cousins, for real, for real.
Yeah,
It's a
I'm pretty sure.
small, small world.
You know you tired when your charger is like right above your foot and you don't feel like getting up.
You a nut.
You just hit that chill mode. It done found that spot, huh, Niqua?
I just found that spot and I'm like, I don't
Yeah,
feel
you're
like
like, if
getting
I
up.
move right now, I'm gonna ruin everything. Fuck that phone.
If it dies, it dies. Oh man.
That's what happened to my laptop earlier. I had to switch off to my phone real quick because I saw that 4%, then 3%, 2%. I was like, oh, whatever.
Sedona Desert Crip Cuz.
Hi Levon. I didn't even see you up here.
Yes, ma'am. I've been here. What's up, Nick?
How you doing?
I'm chilling.
Oh, you sound like you chilling. You sound like
I'm
you real chilling.
chilling like I'm up. Woo. I'm
Now
Smaxilia.
I'm
I'm
rel- I'm related to the Knowles family also, and Beyonce. She's like a fourth, fifth cousin or something, and Arthur Ashe. Me and him have the same great grandfather, great grandfather. Everybody quiet.
We just listening to you.
Oh
we're,
yeah, no, I'm just
we're,
saying on
we're, we're,
Ancestry they'll
we're
tell you who you
amazed
relate to.
at your bloodline.
Yeah. Well, like Arthur Ashe, his last name comes from a Cherokee ancestor named Ash. It was a chief named Ash. That was just his name, and then they took that name and they continued that name down to as a last name. So if you hear the last name Ash, that's actually come from a Cherokee chief from the 1700s.
Hmm.
Hmm.
That's pretty interesting.
Oh.
Hmm. Yeah, that last name Ash is Cherokee.
Like we've been like getting like stories from my great grandmother cause she lived down the street. She used to live down the street. She grew up in Alabama and she used to live down the street from the church that where those girls got bombed. Like she
Hmm.
knew the girls. She like walked with Martin Luther King, like she did a lot. So and she has pictures.
Cool.
So her story's pretty interesting.
Hmm.
And she's like she has all her vices and everything. She still cooks and she's just a nice little vibrant. We call her Medea because she'll snap on you in a second. Tell you straight like it is.
I think I've probably had one too many glasses of wine tonight, and I'm like super sleepy. I am going to drop down uh, and go to bed.
Okay, Pooh.
You
Okay.
guys have a good night. I'll probably still be watching as I doze.
Oh,
Um,
you gonna be out
Good
too much.
night, Jelly.
peace.
Cause I can
Good
feel
night.
the man getting ready to pull a drive by. I think it's the weather change and the fact that the weather won't stay one way nor the other. It's hot,
Yeah,
it's cold. It's cold, it's hot.
I believe that too because I've been like really really tired.
You're a descendant of George and Wheezy, huh?
I could not with
No, what
you.
I'm saying, but you on Ancestry.com, man, like you'll be amazed who you related to. Like, for example, I have a ancestor that fought in the Revolutionary War, and you can get a $10,000 scholarship just based on the fact that you have an ancestor that fought in the Revolutionary War. And there were a lot of black men who did fight. So the only thing is you got to be a direct descendant of one of those people. So like it's for a lot of regions there's scholarships based upon ancestry, you know, based upon who you're related to. So it's not just trivial just to know about who you come from, but there's trust funds and scholarships based upon that. And with a lot of black people from the South, there's like that land allotments. Whether say, for example, you related to the Native American tribes or whatever, there are land allotments that are owed to you. It's just that you just don't go about claiming a lot of these things.
Or they don't know to claim them.
Yeah, yeah, but you can look it up online. I think it's like this children of the Revolutionary War. It's like a scholarship out there for it.
Mm,
Yeah.
Just listening to you, Prime, what you was talking about, I'm just sitting here tripping like I have lived through 11 or 12 presidents already. That's crazy.
Yeah. 11. Shit, I've been with Reagan. With me, it's Reagan. That's 8 years.
It was
Bush.
Johnson, then it was Kennedy, then it was Johnson again, then it was Carter, then it was Ford, then it was Reagan, then it was the Bush,
Bush.
and then it was
Clinton.
Clinton, then it
Bush
was Bush
again.
again, then Obama, then 45. So
Yeah.
that's 11 for me. Wow.
That's 11 president terms you talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
mm, mm, mm.
Yeah, but it's important to know who you is, man. And also, once it gets to a point where they start paying out reparations, it could happen. You got to check yourself back to these bond servants too. Like I have a lot of free black people and Native Americans in my bloodline, but I have some bond servants also involved in my bloodline.
Mhm.
In order to get that claim, for reparations, you got to prove descendancy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just can't say I'm black because you can have people from Africa come here, you know, that is black. Some of them are labeled African American and they get perks. And what's crazy about it is, like I remember on the argument league, I end up seeing red on that chick that had over there one time. But it was talking about how they come here, what I mean, and they get these benefits and they go in depth with the benefits. And I'm not trying to talk about I'm not trying to be xenophobic. I'm not talking like that, but I'm just saying
Mm,
a lot of the people that actually fought for these benefits, we just walking around ignorant, doing nothing with it. We're not benefiting off of it. But then, other groups of people come here that are African or whatever, and they'll take full advantage of all of these scholarships, these perks and stuff, that we should be taking advantage of.
Well, it's not just the Africans, brother. It's a lot of different nationalities when they come here as foreigners, they automatically get, so many thousands of dollars as a new start, if you will, in
Yeah,
the new
but
country. Unfortunately, we don't get that as being born and raised here.
that too. But there's also, because there's so little Black African American, descendants of slaves, or whatever you want to call it, foundational Black Americans that apply for these things. There's also argument to be made for discrimination based upon that too.
How would
Um,
you even get your blood tested for that?
what you talking about? Like, okay, with ancestry.com, like if you go there, how you actually can trace your descendancy, it'll go by, usually what it do is go by census reports. They took very, believe it or not, there was a lot of good records taken. But if you were free, if you had, like on my side, I had a descendancy that went way, way back, but that started tying into like Native Americans and free blacks. It was a mix of them on my father's side for the most part. Um, so they took census reports, and then also you start looking at the fact that when you start looking at census report, they did have records on property that was kept. You know what I mean? As far as your great great grandfather that was a slave, so they have them labeled as a bond servant. You get what I'm saying? So
Okay,
what
so
you?
this is my question to you, because I
Mhm.
had, my whole family has done this, right?
Yeah.
Except for me. But because I had did some research on it, and like CC, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I do read pretty well, comprehend pretty well. And my understanding is the guy that the two gentlemen that actually created this whole ancestry from the jump
Mhm.
has said that, you know it's nothing more than an the best they could estimated guess. It's nothing accurate about it, because it's forever changing. It's like a pool. The more people join the pool, the bigger the pool gets, the more the information is going to change.
Yeah.
Over time.
Mhm.
But it'll never be like so accurate to where you know it should be, where you hang your hat on it. Now, this is what these
Yeah, the
guys
further you go back, it's harder. That's
use.
a
So
fact,
it's like,
because
how,
you're gonna run
how
into
accurate
issues.
can it actually really be when it comes to like you going back, like,
Mhm.
generations upon generations, because names were changed, things, especially in the slave times, where things weren't documents weren't kept, records weren't kept, graves weren't
You'd
kept,
be amazed how
you
many
know.
records that were kept. That's the thing. You remember in the movie Django, when they went to the county records, they had to register those slaves. You know that, right? Remember they looked up, what was her name in the movie? The woman that Django was in love with. She had a German name or whatever.
Right, right.
Yeah, but yeah, they you could actually still have those records where the slave masters, they registered the property. They also had incentive to register these slaves because of the fact that the 3/5 compromise, where you know they would that's how they determine the population of the congressional. It was a positive for them to register their slaves because of the congressional seats that would have in Congress based upon population. That's how they actually measure how many people that represent.
That was
The,
the clincher to get the South to sign the 3/5.
yeah, the 3/5 compromise. So they had to register the slaves as property. Um, so there was records kept. Now there wasn't always records kept based upon descendancy,
Well,
but
that's what I'm talking about, as far as
but when you start
actually
getting
getting your
You should know your true descendancy. You know what I'm saying? So many slaves were bought and sold amongst slave owners where records weren't actually kept. You know, they were just, it was swapped out.
Well, they were kept. They just didn't name no names. They'll say, like, I remember one. It was like the guy before he died had given his daughter one of his daughters two slaves on her marriage, and then after he passed, four slaves was sold to settle debts, and then the rest of them was dispersed between the children.
And then
Only
you
like
had so many slave masters that was producing
only
children.
two of the slaves on this list of slaves were actually named.
Yeah, they named them. Oh.
Yeah, but I'm saying like it would be like 13 on this particular one. It was like 24 slaves mentioned, but only two of them had names, and those were the ones that were dispersed individually. Like this one goes to my daughter such and such, and this one goes to my daughter whatever. But the rest of them, like that'll be divided evenly and given amongst the children. So it all just depends on which lot you fell from, basically.
Yeah, like my great great grandfather, because I was the last child of a last child that had children late in life, right? So my grandfather started having his kids at 50. He had 8 of them, and my grandfather was born in 1895. You know what I'm saying? So it goes back. But my great grandfather, my great grandfather's father, last name was Freeman. He took his name from his wife, which was a mulatto woman. You know what I'm saying? Who was
Mhm.
a who was after slavery was free, pretty much. So they would have records based upon, like, say you look at the 1860 census, and then also because you could trace the name. So for example, let's say you want to look up your great grandfather and he was born 1870, right? He was born in 1873, and in the 1880 census would have his name. He would stay in that house. He'd be 7 years old, and then they give head of household, and it'll say father on the census, and they have a list of the mother, and they might have another. They even listed as if another woman lived there, they have her listed as another or whatever. You know, I forgot what they have, but strangely enough, that did happen a lot. You know what I mean? But um, your great grandfather would be 7 years old in the 1880 census, and they would have the name of your great great grandfather, right? So, and then you go back and start looking at him. Where was he in the 1860 census? You would see him as a bond servant during that time, before the emancipation of 1865. I think it was 1864.
Let me give you an example, Prime, real quick. I'll
Mhm.
just give you a real clear example. In my family, my father's mother, my grandmother, was the product of incest. Okay,
Mhm.
but of course that's not what's going to be put on the birth records. Now, the 2 generations before my grandmother, that also happened. So I'm just using that as an example of how when you go to try to research records and say, well, this person, they're not going to know that inside information. And
Hey,
now
good
we know that as the family,
Yeah.
right? But so because we know that as the family, we know what happened. We don't really talk about it so much, but we all know.
Mhm.
But when you talk about a census, the census can only go by the data that's put down. But the data that's put down is not
Well,
totally
you'll
accurate.
have multiple things. You have the census
Right.
and birth records also. Yeah.
And so then when you go, like I said, so then when you go by it, like you said, you go by the birth records. My grandmother's birth record, her father is who technically is supposed to be her father, but we all know that her uncle is her father. So it's an uncle and he's her daddy. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
but
that happened a lot down through the slavery times, down through, that it was so convoluted from not just, you know, husband and wives that were slaves that became married couples, jump in the room, all these type of things. But in the midst of trying to run away or trying to get away or being broken up, or husband and wives, their slaves being sold off to different plantations, being broke up, having different families, being convoluted with different masters. It's really hard to.
it's not hard. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But if, like, for example, if you, like, for one, it's all about legal guardian too. You know what I mean? They
Wow.
like you will start looking at the birth records. So they would go by the birth records. If, say, for example, in that case, regardless of family stories or true, uh, what they call juice sanguinis, that's what tires to reap a bloodline. That's what it means. Or
Dude, are
true
you
bloodline.
really Peter North? Like I just Jay.
Yeah, but
Oh,
yeah, I'm just saying, but it wouldn't really matter about
God,
the original bloodline. It would be matter about, like,
his
your descendancy.
grandmother remembered marching, the Union marching in Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah,
So it's about your descendancy being able to be proven through the records they have, not necessarily through
exactly.
actual.
Because it's just like I'm a Seminole, straight up. I got photos and records and stuff. You can go on my Facebook and see it. But the thing is, the problem we have is the dolls rolls, and some of my great grandmother, they, with a lot of the black free men, what they did was they just gave them names like Molly. Like, that's actually what my great grandmother's name. My great great grandmother's name was Molly. They
You
just put
wouldn't
Molly
say
on the
you
dolls.
Peter North. I just said, are you really him?
Yeah, so they just have, they on those dolls rolls. It was designed to disenfranchise freemen of blood, uh, of who were related by blood to a lot of the Indian tribes, or what we call the Native American tribes. It was a total act of disenfranchisement, right? So now you're talking about that. That's very proving that you are Native American is hard because they designed it to be that way, and that's how they actually prove your descendancy based upon the Dawes roll that was taken around like 1900 and 1910. You know what I mean? And that was a way of actually taking a lot of the free black men's out. That's why they call the term $5 Indians. You had a lot of white people who paid $5 to be labeled Native Americans, and this is a fact because if you go to some of those tribes, you'll see a whole white man, a cowboy, on some of these these tribal areas. You know what I'm saying? And they don't have not even the Asian look or the Afrocentric look or whatever you want to call it. But when it comes to the slavery thing, because it was so much of a benefit to the slave masters to have you registered, they would have you registered. And the thing is, what you would do based upon the fact that you would look at death records, birth records, and then the death record, sometimes they would have the mother, father's name on the death record for that slave. So if that slave was born in 1820 and they died in 1880, and you have access to the death record, they might have the name of the previous generation um, on the death record also. So it's it's not as difficult. And then if once you have that, then you can actually go back further with that name and find them on the census or on the registry. You know what I'm saying? So it's multiple things that you look at when you look at your descendancy. You look at your death record, the death records, birth records, census, uh, and also property records too. So, because for example, it'll have um, sometimes they even have it listed. Some of your say your other cousins or whatever, they might have listed or found where in 1840, if your family member was a freeman or whatever, they own a piece of property in Virginia, and or when they bought a certain type of real estate purchase or whatever. So those things, those records still survive to this day. So it's not the difficulty that you would think of is not as prevalent as you would think. And then you have access to, for example, my family, we have a family historian. You know what I'm saying? He's like 85. He has Alzheimer's now, the same one I was talking about earlier. And a lot of the records that I found online coincide with what he talked about, what they have as far as descendancy also. So, you know, I know there's a lot of issues when it comes to this may have happened and all that stuff, but like when you start talking about legally being a descendant, that's what they're going to look at. They're going to look at if are you a legal descendant of, say, if they are paying out reparations, whatever. They want to look and see are you a legal descendant by birth on their birth record, so whatever it is, census records, of these people who suffered these atrocities. You know what I'm saying? And like there's so many records out there that is especially for us as African Americans that it's not that hard as you would think. But I would admit a lot of when it comes to slavery, the descendants of slaves, it stops at a certain point with the slaves or the bond. They have them listed as bond servants, not slave most time. Sometimes they may have as slave, or even a indentured servant. They had that title too, but is not as the thing is you're gonna have more difficulty going back
It's the
with a
YouTube that
slave.
looking like
You hear me, Levon?
he fell off again.
Oh, okay.
Cool. He trying.
It's funny how you start talking about this kind of stuff
I heard you,
that
Prime.
benefit. Oh, okay. No, I'm not talking about you, but I'm saying it's funny how you start talking about this kind of stuff that will actually benefit people. You know how now you got the white man here. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Any more questions before we close it down? Because I'm getting sleepy. It's 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it is late.
I never knew.
One Love channel.
Yeah, but it's not that difficult to find these records though, Levon. Like I know you would say that you look at the difficulty of it, but it ain't that difficult. And most time, I already have somebody that done. You have somebody in your family like myself or like my uncle who already done did the work already, and there may even be an old family tree from the 1900s, from the not 19, but the early 20th century that already done did the work around in 1940 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? That is posted already. So you'll be amazed how many, because for every ancestor it doubles. So like you got 4 grandparents, then you go beyond that, it for each parent it doubles. You know what I'm saying? So after that is 8, then it's 16, 32, 64. So the further you go back, the chances of finding a longer ancestry is almost infinite. It'd be almost rare to find an ancestry that stops.
The further you
Just
want to
because.
go back, does it cost you more?
No, it don't cost you more, but I say it is expensive. Like I'm not doing a plug. I should do a plug for ancestry.com, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm doing it now. But it's not. I think they have a trial period, but make sure you end that trial period. I think you can do like 14 days for free. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
what I did, and you will be able to find a lot of information on your descendancy. You know what I mean? If that's what you want to do. You know, but like I said, I got an ancestry that goes back almost to the 1500s. You know what I mean? Because some of them were um like my ancestry go back. My furthest ancestry go back to North Carolina with what they call the Croatan Native Americans in Raleigh, North Carolina. When like the first settlers and all them start coming here.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you gotta do a DNA swab for that?
You don't necessarily have to do a DNA swab for that because they still had records and censuses. You know what I'm saying? You had records and censuses before the Union or before the Articles of Confederation. You know,
That's good info. I'm gonna check into that.
yeah.
Any last words, gentlemen?
I'm done.
Good night, y'all.
Good night. This is
Good night.
TripCTreehouse, where it's always swinging, and we out.